Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. Here in GOAT James Kingdom, we attack the GOAT debate head on, where we challenge all Michael Jordan fans and all LeBron detractors to who is the GOAT of basketball. You can catch us every Sunday noon Eastern Time, right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel, for the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Also, we go live Friday nights with the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer, where you catch special shows and content as a GOAT James Kingdom follower and subscriber. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership, where you can get exclusive content.
The hell we let the Chicago Bulls beat us last night? Bron come back. We thinking we finna keep this winning spree going? No ball movement, no defense, turning the ball over. I don't like it. But it's only one game though, y'all, and I'm not upset about it. It's still Lakers in 5. But do y'all see what I see right now in Luka? I'm seeing a Luka Doncic right now that's looking better than Dirk Nowitzki. And that tells me one thing. Championship in June. Let's go.
White side, backside, sunny side. Lakers in 5. You can have Harden, you can have a Pardon, you can get a Garden. Lakers in 5. Tyler Hero, superhero, guitar hero. Lakers in 6. Serge Ibaka, Chewbacca, Waka Flocka. Lakers in 5. The Thunder, a Boost Mobile bundle, WWE Royal Rumble. Lakers in 5. OKC, KFC, UFC. Lakers in 5. 4 seed, mustard seed, poppy seed. Lakers in 5. FGA, PGA, USA. Lakers in 5.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. As y'all know, we go live every Sunday noon right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Y'all already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership as we do big things here in GOAT James Kingdom. As today's show, we are going to be discussing the Los Angeles Lakers and have they lost a little bit of energy, a little bit of hoorah. Are the Lakers just a normal team? Are they mere mortals? Or is still going to be parade on Crenshaw? We know they lost last night to the Chicago Bulls in kind of embarrassing fashion. But again, we don't talk basketball like that in GOAT James Kingdom. If you watched last night's game, Chicago played well. But we got our normal panelists here as usual. You know who I am, A. Johnny the Exposer. I got my partner B. Lee in the building. What up, Brandon?
What's good, everybody?
All right, and we got T Perfect in the building. Shout out to T Perfect. What's good, brother? You okay? You done celebrating, or you still celebrating last night's victory?
I'm still super stoked about last night.
Shout out to you, T Perfect. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are the GOAT James Kingdom, and we are the platform that talks basketball, where basketball lives forever, and where LeBron James, the GOAT, is shined as the GOAT. This is what we do here, and we also talk basketball. So last night we had LeBron James return to the court. Let's start off with that, Brandon. What did you think of LeBron James' performance last night?
You know, I figure LeBron, like every time he comes back from a layoff, he, needs to get his legs under him for about 2 games. He looked good. Didn't shoot well. But it happens. It's just one of those games where usually they blame Anthony Davis when they come out, don't play any defense. But, what's going to be the issue now? Is it It's not Luka because he had 30 plus. But like I said, like sometimes they just don't have it. They just don't, guard people, let people. I mean, they had like 80 points in the paint, scored 80 points in the second half. So, it's just one of those games. It's not too big of a deal. They have been struggling. They were 3-6 in the last 9, but like LeBron haven't been playing. So let's just see how they go moving forward.
Shout out to King John in the building. Peace and blessings, brother. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, man, we here talking about last night's game, man. So before we get to Travis and his gloating self, let's get to you, John. Did you watch last night's game, and what did you think of the GOAT's return and how the Lakers played last night?
I appreciate the GOAT's return. They played the Bulls. That's from Chicago, right?
Yeah, that's Chicago. That's your team, right?
Sure. I just wanted to ensure that because my Bulls are winning and your Miami Heat ain't doing.
Y'all didn't get the memo. Somebody should have sent Kobe White the memo. He wasn't supposed to be doing this. Like, why y'all supposed to be tanking? Why is he balling like this? This is ridiculous.
The crazy part, I had the Kobe White conversation with somebody because they said the Bulls are rebuilding. Mm-hmm. I said Kobe White may be too good of a player because he's trying to show that he's worth what he's worth, that he's a good player in his league. And do you want that to build for a team right now in Chicago? Because when you traded off Zach LaVine, let DeMar DeRozan go, to me, you was telling me you was rebuilding. And I understand still having players, good players on your team, but I thought that Kobe White was too good at the time to still be there. But I look at the game yesterday as a bad game that everyone has in the league. I don't think the Lakers has lost nothing. I mean, I think they were just getting on point when LeBron got hurt. I mean, chemistry matters, and what certain players going to be, how we going to react to certain things matter. And LeBron missing that time, and then coming back, and then Rui coming back too. We got to get reconnected again and see what we're supposed to do. So I just look at it as a bad game, like any other. I mean, like any other team will have a bad game. Lakers had a bad game, and that's all that matters. I mean, I don't look at it as another. I don't think a lot of teams want to face the Lakers when it comes to the playoffs at all. I think there are teams who are trying to maneuver around playing the Lakers, and you see it. Let's see how long Steph Curry is out because the 3-6 matchup may be the Lakers matchup. The 4-5. Do you think Denver's running from the Lakers right now? Because Denver sees the matchup right now, and
I don't think nobody's running from at the moment because nothing's set. But like the last week and a half, that's when things going to get kind of crazy.
No, right now is that time where you are positioning yourself to see who you playing. Well, it's only less than a month left in the season, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone is so close that you can't really do it yet. Everyone is too close.
So you can pay attention to what you're doing. I mean, Denver's sitting people. Everybody's sitting people to position themselves. There's certain teams want to play. I think Memphis is a team certain teams want to play. Houston is a team certain teams want to play. I think teams are trying to position themselves, especially with those two teams. Even with the 7-8 seed, shoot, if I was Minnesota, I want to play Memphis or Houston. I play them all day. I have no issue with playing them. So I think that, like, again, I think the Lakers had a bad game, and I think they're positioning themselves to be maybe a 2 or 3 seed, and I think they're going to catch on to what they got to do, and they're going to keep doing what they need to do. Hey, Johnny, the microphone off. Mute.
Oh, shut up. What's good? What's good, Craig? Shout out to you, bro. Thanks for joining us. We got Craig in the building. We're going to let Travis gloat for a little bit, then we let Craig come in. So, Travis, you were watching the game last night. I saw you commenting on the live. What did you think of the Lakers and the GOAT return to basketball?
I mean, LeBron was whatever. I thought the Lakers were... I thought that they were going to run away with it because Luka just couldn't be stopped in the first half. And, I mean, what do you have, like almost 30 points, some crazy shit. Like, but they couldn't play any defense. They looked uninspired. The Bulls shot almost 60% from the field. Insane. And like, what they have, the Lakers were sloppy with it. The main thing was they had double their turnovers. They gave up like 30 points off turnover. They played very sloppy, uninspired ball. But like John said, John was right. I just think it's one game. It's not indicative of who they've been over the last 20 games or so. I don't think that they're going to get the second seed. I mean, Houston looks like they're going to pull away with that thing, honestly. I mean, if there was like, 10 games left or something? Like 10, 12, and like, they're like, 2.5 games up? Like, closest guy, just because they've been on fire. The Nuggets, everyone else is kind of slacking off. I think the Lakers will probably finish fourth, third or fourth, but it's still a dogfight. I mean, anyone can get there. I don't think the Lakers are. There's a tough little road trip coming up here, though. I mean, what do they got? Like Magic, Pacers, Bulls again. Then they have Grizzlies or something. So we'll find out what they're made of here. See if that was just an aberration or if they're going to get the doors blown off again. But that was pretty glorious. They got sold by Kobe White and the other guy like Taj, who was shooting like. It was pretty amazing. So I'm so glad they lost. It's hilarious.
No, you are hilarious. You guys are hilarious. What up, Craig, man? Shout out to you, man. Did you get a chance to watch last night's game, man? Did you see the GOAT return?
I seen him
James
return.
Kingdom GOAT.
I seen him return. I mean, like Trav said, the first half. After the first half, I was like, okay, Lakers gonna win. I'm ready for tomorrow when they gonna have the whole draw on his back. We won. What's going on? You GOAT is back. Return of the king. Then I woke up and realized I didn't hit my parlay, so they lost. So.
Oh my God. Craig, LeBron let you down. The parlay let you down, man. The parlay let you down.
Parlay. That was the only parlay. That was the Lakers. I had Lakers winning, and that was the only parlay. I was like, you know what? This ain't meant for me.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. That's hilarious.
No, but it's only one game. Like right now, all the teams is just trying to get their best five out there, see how they play with, because playoff time is around the corner. So everybody is just messing around, tinkering with their lineups right now.
They are. I think last night was a tryout for that boy Jordan Goodwin again, because he got a lot of minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every team is trying out different lineups to see how it goes on to the playoffs. This is that time now, so you're gonna see teams that you don't expect to win because the playoff teams are trying to figure out their playoff lineup. So you're gonna get games like this.
Yeah. No, I mean we got to give Chicago credit. They came out with a great game plan and they executed well. Now you got to give them credit. They came out with a great game plan.
I don't think the Lakers was trying to figure out anything. They had their whole team back. They just didn't play any defense.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't. Chicago wasn't letting them play defense. Chicago was like, we're not gonna let you. You're not gonna go into half court. You're not gonna go into half court. We're gonna push the pace, and we're gonna make sure we get ahead of your defense. That's what they kept doing. And then the Lakers kept messing up.
No defense. Like you can't give up 80 points in one half, and talking about they didn't let them. Like no, they literally didn't play defense. They was letting them walk to the hole and dunk every time.
Yeah, because they were getting ahead of the defense. It was all on fast breaks. They had like 30-something, 40 points on fast breaks.
Yeah, because they was playing lazy the whole game. They was playing lazy the whole game.
No, because the Bulls are just fast and young, and they were running.
Lakers should beat the Bulls 10 out of 10 times. The Lakers was not playing hard.
No teams beat a team 10 out of 10 times unless it's Michael Jordan versus the Larry Bird Celtics.
Lakers are clearly better than the Bulls.
That's not the case.
They just didn't play at all.
In today's NBA, that's not the case.
They was lazy. They didn't try.
No,
they didn't try. Like you can't give up 80
that's
points
a lazy
in
analysis. Your analysis is lazy. That's what that is.
Mine down to lazy because the Lakers are lazy. Because they didn't play any defense.
That's a lazy analysis. They
didn't play any defense. They were standing up. They didn't
play defense.
Let them shoot threes. They had so many wide open threes, so many uncontested layups and dunks. How they play defense?
Predicated on transition. Predicated on going on transition. That's what I'm trying to explain. Because you're not breaking down basketball. You're using zesty Jeffrey logic. It was lazy.
To see the obvious.
There's no obvious. There is no obvious. There is no obvious and lazy.
And thought the Lakers was playing hard.
They were playing hard. They were playing hard. Chicago was executing, making a lot of shots.
Yeah, because the Lakers wasn't trying.
So the Lakers weren't contesting or doing
I
anything.
mean, they had a rookie who scored 30 points in her career high.
Again, the Lakers defense.
Cody White was just, I mean, it's like they was moving in slow motion guarding him.
In transition, he was running in transition.
And everything. They were not playing defense.
It wasn't half court and everything. It was not half court.
They played terrible.
You had your chance to speak about the game. Go ahead. When it's my turn to speak, I'll speak about the game. Go ahead, since you got so much knowledge on the game. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I already told you they played like lazy, and they should have won, but they didn't because they didn't feel like playing today. I mean, yesterday. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's a great analysis by Brandon, ladies and gentlemen. B. Lee.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the lazy Lakers.
So what I saw was an opposite basketball game than what Brandon saw, obviously, because Brandon just doesn't see the game. I saw a team in Chicago who was smart enough to realize that the Lakers' half-court defense was very, very good, and they were pushing the tempo and pushed the pace on the Lakers. The Lakers were also bringing in 2 new guys who haven't played in a while, so they were actually a little bit on the guard when we were talking about playing against Chicago. They were not prepared for Chicago to push the pace the way it was. As soon as Giddy got the ball, as soon as Kobe White got the ball, they were pushing the pace. They were getting ahead of the Lakers defense. That's why they were able to break it down, and they were getting wide open shots from that right there. As far as the 3-pointers, the Lakers played kind of decent in the first half. But again, Chicago kept answering because Kobe White and Giddy was pushing the pace. That's why they got ahead of the Lakers defense. Again, the Lakers didn't play great defense last night because they didn't play great transition defense. They couldn't stop the ball. They couldn't slow down the Chicago Bulls, which is going to be a good strategy for any team that's young enough to do what the Bulls did. But you're going to have to do that for 7 games against the Lakers. They were able to do that last night, which is fine.
Just 4 games.
Yeah. That's it. Chicago pushed the pace. That's it. They had a bunch of fast break points. The Lakers kept turning over the ball. And every time the Lakers tried to respond and answer, Chicago had an answer, because every time the Lakers missed or every time the Lakers got a turnover, Chicago pushed the pace. That was it. They weren't slowing down the game at all. And they weren't missing nothing.
You really acting like the damn Chicago Bulls is this amazing team. They score 150 points on a 30-win team that's under 500. Come on now, John.
They won 7 out of the last 9 games. You haven't been paying attention to basketball. Like I said, they've been playing very good basketball lately. Yes. We're not talking about the whole season. We're talking about what happened last night. We're not talking about the entire season. We're talking about what happened last night.
The Lakers play lazy. It's the Lakers' fault they gave up 150 points and got blown up at 30 points.
And that's a lazy analysis by you. That's not lazy analysis. I explained to you how Chicago was able to score 140.
That's a factual analysis. They gave up 150 points to a 30-win team that's under 500.
Who has some good young guys and had a good strategy with a good coach.
You talking about Josh Giddy like he's some type of all-NBA player, all-star. Come on now. They had a rookie over 30 points.
They had Bacelis as well, and they also had...
That's a rookie.
You also... It doesn't matter if he's a rookie. He's out there balling. What does that mean?
Balling versus these NBA veterans, LeBron James and Luka on the floor, Austin Reeves. Come on now. I'm just supposed to miss shots because LeBron's on the floor. I'm just supposed to miss shots because Luka's on the floor. I'm just gonna miss it because they're on the floor. That's it. That's your analysis. I'm missing shots because I'm a rookie and LeBron's on the floor. The Lakers are supposed to play defense and not give up 150 points and 80 points in the second half. That's what they're supposed to do.
The Lakers did try to play defense, but the Bulls outran them. You got to give the Bulls their credit. That's it. Give the Bulls their credit. That's Bill basketball analysis.
For the Lakers. Stop making
it's not an excuse. It's
terrible,
one game.
Terrible game that they played. Yeah, that's one game that they played terrible. I haven't seen the Lakers play this bad in a while.
Where? You said the Lakers play this bad in a while? Yes, you have. They've had plenty of bad games like this. I can show you one quickly when they let my Miami Heat score 130 on them. How about that? You don't want to talk about that?
He said 150, not 130.
Show me a game that they scored 150 points on the Lakers and gave up 80 points in the second half and talking about they played some good defense. Or they didn't play bad. Come on now.
I didn't say that they played good defense. No, that's not what I just said.
They played terrible. They played
lazy. I said what Chicago did. No, I explained what Chicago did to execute their offense on the Lakers defense. That's what I did.
Want to try.
That's horrible analysis, Brandon. That's not what it is. These are professional basketball players. They're trying. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You woke up this morning.
I'll tell you that. They didn't try yesterday.
You woke up this morning not trying to talk basketball, but continue.
You woke up this morning making excuses for the Lakers.
No, it's not excuses for the Lakers.
Last night, all you thought about is how to make excuses for Lakers. For the Lakers.
I watched the game.
You making excuses for the Lakers.
I got everything.
Making excuses for the Lakers.
I watched the game live, and I got recorded me watching it live, and you can go back and watch everything I stated in the game. And everything I stated was exactly what was happening in the ball game and what I'm talking about this morning. The Chicago Bulls had a great game plan. They did a great job. The Lakers lost. That's it. A 30-point loss or a 2-point loss is still a loss. It doesn't mean nothing. It's one loss. Okay. That's what it equals to. That's it.
Yeah, right.
But good thing for Brandon is the only thing the Lakers have to do to readjust their game plan from what they did last night is learn not to be lazy. Great analysis by you. That's all JJ Redick's going to do this morning.
Like, you don't have to say, just like JJ Redick said, it's just play hard. You have to want it. You have to want it. The Lakers didn't want it last night. That's all it is. You have to want it.
Go
just
into
like
your
JJ
bag.
said. Defense is just wanting it.
Just wanting it, yes.
Just wanting to play hard. If you don't want to play hard, you're going to give up 80 points in the second half. You're going to get rated 150 points on by the Chicago Bulls.
Yes, great. Yes, indeed.
Can a team play hard and want it and lose by 30?
So a team that play hard, lose by 30?
I said, can a team want it and play hard and still lose by 30?
Probably a bunch of bench players, not NBA superstars like LeBron and Luka on the floor.
NBA superstars can want it. NBA superstars.
I can't remember a game that I've seen a team that won it got their ass whooped like the Lakers did yesterday. I don't care if it was a regular season game. It was versus the Bulls. It was versus the Bulls. If you let Boston put up that, okay, that's different. But the Bulls, come on now.
The Bulls credit, and we just blaming the Lakers. We're not saying the Bulls came out and had a great game plan versus the team they playing against. What we're just saying is that the Lakers came out and they bullshitted. Forget the Bulls, because the Bulls wasn't out there playing. It was the Lakers who didn't come to play. What we should be saying is how the Bulls played very well last night, and they beat other teams in the NBA. So are we saying every time the Bulls win, the other team was lazy?
I mean, every time they get their ass whooped like this, getting blown out by 30 points, give 150 points, yes, they're playing lazy. And you could see that they're letting. How many points to pay? They had like 40 points to pay in the first half. That's unbelievable.
And they lost. I think I've watched the Bulls enough. They played very hard and they wanted to win the game, but they got their ass whooped. I've seen it. So
the Bulls should. They don't have that talent. They don't have that talent. Simple as that. They don't have that talent. The Lakers are too talented
is it talent? Is it talent or laziness, Brandon? Which one is it? Pick one.
Oh, pick one. Lazy. Yes. They, like I said, it was lazy because they got the talent to not get their ass whooped by the Bulls. Come on now.
Okay.
They have too much talent.
No doubt. Great job. Great analysis by you. Great job by you. Great analysis.
Yeah. They have too much damn talent to get their ass whooped by the fucking Bulls.
I think the Bulls deserve more credit than you're giving them, and that's it. I mean, you can say the Lakers
they deserve credit for whooping the Lakers' ass, of course. Yeah, they definitely do.
I don't think we're giving the Bulls.
They definitely deserve credit for beating the brakes off the Lakers.
No, the Chicago Bulls did nothing yesterday. They didn't do nothing. All they did was benefit off the Lakers' laziness. That's all they did.
Yeah, all they did was walk to the hole and dunk and shoot wide open threes. Because nobody wanted to get back on defense. And you talk about, they're pushing the pace because they didn't want to play.
I don't think we're paying attention to the Lakers defense and what point of the what they give.
I get the Lakers defense an F. I get the Lakers effort an F.
Are we paying attention what the Lakers are? What is the Lakers defense giving up in the defense they playing? They're actually giving up the 3-point shot. Their defense is giving up the 3-point shot. Even the games they're playing
defense is giving up every fucking thing. That's the problem.
If we watch what the Lakers are giving up, they're giving up the 3-point shot. Teams had just been missing the shot.
Lakers been defending the 3-point well before LeBron left. They are 3-6 in their last 9.
Then you say it's lazy defense. No, it's not. It's what they're giving up. They're giving up the 3-point shot. That's what the Lakers defense is doing. They're giving up the 3-point shot.
They showed enough, gave everything up. Dunks, layups, threes yesterday. I've seen so many 3-on-1s, 4-on-1s. They're just sitting back, walking down the court, but they're playing hard. Yes, let's give the Lakers a pat on the back for going out there and playing ball. Out of here.
I finished or y'all done?
No, Brandon's got a lot to say. Laziness definitely gets Brandon upset.
What's gonna happen every time the Lakers lose? One gonna say because they're lazy, the other gonna blame one gonna blame the team, the other gonna blame.
I mean, Lakers have not lost by.
I'm not blaming nobody. I'm not blaming nobody. I'm explaining to you what happened in the game. Exactly. I'm explaining to you what happened during the game. That's all I'm telling you. That's what I'm not saying nothing. The Lakers were trying. They were trying to get back. They were definitely trying to get back. But Chicago was taking
let's go give them some brownie points for trying to get back on a 3-on-1. They were trying on a 3-on-1 to get back.
A 3-on-1 after a turnover? They talk about that, Brandon. They had a turnover. There's nothing about lazy in the turnovers.
Yes, because they're playing lazy all game.
That's not. No, you're not giving the Bulls credit. You're not giving the Bulls credit for
giving up constantly layups.
You're not giving the Bulls credit for steals.
Points in the paint, giving up threes. They shot almost 60% all game, letting a rookie go off like he's Jason Tatum, destroying them, dunking all over them. Oh, come on now, this was a terrible game by the Lakers. Let's not sugarcoat it. Come on now, let's just say how it is.
We know it was a bad. Nobody said it wasn't a bad game. We just
Josh Giddy almost had a damn quadruple double on the Lakers. Who the fuck is Josh Giddy to do anything like that versus any team in the NBA? Dude had a triple double by damn near halftime.
You don't watch enough basketball.
I don't watch basketball to know that Josh Giddy should not be having a triple double before halftime.
You don't watch basketball enough.
I don't watch it. Yeah, I don't watch it at all. I don't watch it. Yeah, I don't watch it to make excuses for the Lakers. I don't watch it to make excuses for the Lakers. Yeah, I don't watch enough to sit here and make excuses. They went out there and they gave their good job. It was a good job by the Lakers.
You're talking nonsense. You're talking zesty Jeffrey logic. There's no such thing as laziness in basketball.
They didn't play hard.
No, you're talking zesty because you're saying they played lazy. That's zesty. That's not basketball.
They didn't play hard.
That's not basketball.
I'm sorry.
That's not basketball.
Sorry that the Lakers didn't want to play yesterday. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you had to see that, Johnny.
Josh Giddy.
What you want? Do you want a brownie? You want a cookie?
Josh Giddy had a triple double versus the Miami Heat just a couple of days ago. Josh Giddy is out here clearly getting games where he has 16 rebounds versus the Philadelphia. Against the New York Knicks, Josh Giddy had 27, 16, and 4. Yeah, Josh Giddy's not – who's Josh Giddy? Yeah, against Detroit, another playoff team, he had 20 and 10 rebounds and 4. You're over here acting like Josh Giddy's not a guy. He's over here doing this all the time. He's out here getting rebounds, hustling.
He's doing triple doubles all the time. Yes, he's almost having triple doubles by halftime all the time. Yes. How many triple doubles do Josh Giddy have this year? How many do you have this year? You know.
Let me go look up how many triple.
Yeah, go ahead and look how many triple doubles he got this year.
Let's see here. So far this year, Josh Giddy
has. We still value triple doubles.
Josh Giddy so far this year has 4 triple doubles. Sir, how much more should he?
All right. Yes, like I said, like he's just going out there.
Exactly.
He almost had a quadruple double.
How many triple doubles do you want him to have? He almost had. Yes, because he went out there and balled because he's a basketball player. Because he's a basketball player.
He didn't feel like playing. He didn't feel like playing.
No, because LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves turn over the ball. That's why. And every time that LeBron James or Luka or Austin Reeves were trying to dribble and penetrate, they lost the ball because Josh Giddy was knocking the ball out of their hands playing good defense. But you don't want to give Josh Giddy credit. You rather say Lakers were lazy. That's zesty as they get. That's no point.
That's because you don't want to hear what you get. Because you don't want to hear it.
That's not lazy. That's not lazy. That's not being lazy. You can't explain how they're playing lazy other than saying Chicago shouldn't score 146. That is not good analysis. There is nothing in basketball that says a team scores 146 because another team was lazy. That's not how it happens. That's lazy. You're lazy. Your analysis today is lazy. You should do a better job. And and talk the game.
I'm lazy. I'm
That is
lazy.
completely lazy.
Because
Completely
the Lakers
lazy.
didn't want to play
The only
yesterday.
people who agree with you tonight,
Yeah,
again,
because
just
they
like I
wanna
told
play
you,
today.
you're going to say that, but I'm going to show you all the people who agree with you. A Zesty Jeffrey. We're going to continue to go down the comments and see who agrees with you. A Zesty Jeffrey. They're all going to be Zesty Jeffreys. Nobody's going to agree with you. Look, no excuses.
No one agrees with
Zesty
it.
Jeffries. Here we go
coach
again.
said they didn't play hard.
Zesty Jeffries.
Their head coach
Continue
said they
down
didn't
the
play
line.
hard.
Continue
Their
down
head
the
coach
line.
is a Zesty Jeffrey. What the hell does this have to do with Michael Jordan?
Continue.
What does
Go
this
get
have
the clip.
to do with Jordan?
Go get the clip.
What
Go
does
get
it have
the
to do with
clip.
Jordan? When
Go
the
get
head
the
coach said they
clip.
didn't play hard.
Go get the clip. Go get the clip. Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead. Look, another Zesty Jeffrey, a guy who
said that in the
celebrates
halftime report,
the Lakers'
that they're
losses.
giving up because they're not
continue.
putting effort in.
Let's
And
continue.
guess what? Even in the second half, they
He
did
said they're
even
not
worse.
putting effort. They put an effort and they tried to make a run. Chicago was just running too.
They're
That's the
trying. They're trying.
difference.
Oh, stop making excuses.
They tried.
Making
Brandon, they
excuses. They're
tried.
trying. They're
They
trying.
tried.
What, the
They
Lakers are
tried.
your kids or something? They're trying. They
Exactly.
didn't try.
Perfect time to put on that LeBron song. 'Cause y'all-
No, this is lazy conversation.
It doesn't have anything to do with LeBron. That's the
Greg,
problem.
which
The whole
song?
team didn't play hard.
Greg, which song? Greg, which song?
What the
you
hell does
talking
that have to do
about?
with Michael Jordan?
That's gonna
Like
break
you
everybody
so in your
up.
feelings that you have to say that someone is talking like a Michael Jordan fan because the
Yes,
Lakers
because
got-
Michael Jordan fans don't talk basketball. You're not talking basketball,
I'm
Brandon.
not
You're
talking
talking.
basketball because
No, you're not.
they gave up 150 points and 80 points in the second half. That's a Michael
How?
Jordan fan.
No.
They must
How?
be some
No.
Some
How did they
smart-ass
give up?
fans then.
And first of all,
Some smart-ass fans.
okay, just like a Zesty Jeffrey, they never have the right numbers. It wasn't 150. So back it up a little bit
Oh,
and
my
explain.
bad. 146. 146 and 81 in the second half. 81 in the second half.
Now that you know they didn't score 150, explain to us what was it exactly allowed the Chicago Bulls again to score 146?
Said what was allowed?
What
Everything
was
was
it?
allowed because the Lakers
What was
wasn't
it?
trying to stop them.
There
Everything
you
was
go.
allowed.
There you go, right
Everything
there.
was allowed.
That's why I
Back
said you have a.
cuts,
The
off
Lakers.
the dribble,
The
Luka got
Lakers
put in a
was not
spin cycle.
trying.
Off the dribble,
The Lakers
no
were
team
not trying.
defense. Where's the
Uh-huh.
team defense? Where's the
The Lakers
team
were not
defense?
trying.
You gotta play team defense. Where's the team defense? There's no team defense.
Explain
That's what
it,
it was.
Brandon.
I'm gonna be like a
Explain
Johnny
it.
today. They have to play
Explain
team defense.
Explain it. Explain it.
No
Explain
team
it.
defense. Anthony Davis
Explain
not a
it.
good defender because he doesn't play team defense. He's
Explain it,
He's
Brandon.
not blowing up screens. He's not blowing up
Explain it,
screens.
Brandon.
Nobody was
That's
blowing up
basketball.
screens. Nobody
That's
was
basketball.
playing team defense. They got their
Chicago
ass
wasn't
put in the
scoring on
ringer.
screens.
81
Chicago
points in the
wasn't
second
scoring
half.
off of screens. They weren't scoring off of pick and roll. So again, explain to us, Brandon. They weren't scoring on pick and rolls. Don't talk about me breaking the game down because you guys can't do it like I do it. So I ask you again, how did the Chicago Bulls score 146? Your analysis is the
I
Lakers
told you how they
didn't
scored
try.
146.
No,
Easy
you're
drives
right.
to the baskets.
You're right. Uh-huh.
Easy cuts to the baskets. A
Uh-huh.
whole bunch of 3-on-1s and 4-on-1s and wide open
Uh-huh.
threes. All
Wow.
damn game.
3-on-1s,
The Lakers
so
was not trying to
3-on-1s.
play hard. Simple as that.
3-on-1s,
Stop making
3-on-1s.
excuses for the Lakers. They had
I'm
a
not
bad
making
game.
excuses.
Don't make excuses for them.
Nobody said they didn't have a bad game. Nobody said that.
You
Nobody
said they didn't have a bad game.
No,
You said that the Bulls just executed.
Yes, the Bulls executed. The Bulls found a way to score. The Bulls found a way to do it, even with the Lakers doing what the Lakers normally do. The Bulls found a way. They pulled a good strategy out on the Lakers one night. That's how basketball is sometimes. But that's not what you want to talk about. You want to say the Lakers didn't try, as if they went into last night's ball game saying, we're going to allow 3-on-1s. We're going to allow all of this. That's not what happened. So again, your analysis is lazy. You're on mute, Brandon. I don't know why we can't hear you.
Now you on mute.
Nah, that was him. He switched up. He had to get on the camera because he's talking about laziness. What kind of analysis is that? Give Chicago their credit. They got some good young studs that could push the pace. And that's how you're going to be able, that's a good strategy against the Lakers. So OKC and them, they need to jot this down. Pay attention to what this team just did against the Lakers defense. Get ahead of their half-court sets. That's what it is. And also pay attention to how they stopped those Jackson Hayes lobs, which are very easy points for the Lakers that the Lakers had several turnovers trying to get. Come on, man.
said Josh Diddy.
He is. I called him last night. I kept saying that. Josh Giddy, the Diddy of the NBA. That's what it was. That's a horrible analysis. Like I said, the only people who agree with. Yeah, he had 16 rebounds, like 12 points, something like that.
Someone said 18 with
12 assists. Yeah, I mean, like he has a triple double. Giddy gets mad rebounds. The kid plays.
The Bulls was 19 for 41 for 3. The Lakers was 17.
What did he have? 15,
41 for 3.
17, and what? And how many assists?
The Lakers' problem was they had 21 turnovers. That was the Lakers' problem. They had 21 turnovers.
Yeah, that's how you got those 3-on-1s. He had 15 points, 17 rebounds. 17 assists and 10 rebounds, and he had 8 steals.
Because the Bulls had 74 points in the paint, and the Lakers had 42.
Yeah, Josh Giddy has had over double-digit assists in 12 of the games that he's played so far this year. He's had double-digit rebounds in over 20 games he had this year. But that's all because other teams are just fucking lazy. He's had 4 more steals outside of this right here. He had 4 steals against New Orleans, 4 steals against the Charlotte. He has games where he gets a bunch of steals all the time. Now, this is his season high and obviously career high with 8 steals. But that's what we got to talk about, the Lakers being turnovers. But you got to give Chicago credit because those turnovers are forced turnovers. They were getting steals. That's not because the Lakers were being lazy. That's because Chicago was playing defense. You got to give Chicago credit. Like, that's it. But instead, they want to be zesty today and just talk about laziness. Like, that's not what happened. JJ Redick ain't going to sit there and watch the film and say, oh, this was laziness. No, he's going to tell he's going to tell Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves, they got to take better care of the ball. He's going to tell them they got to get back against teams like this because when Kobe White and Josh Giddy is pushing the pace, your defense is broke down. There's no way you're not getting no half court defense.
Be honest here. What happened is this is not a playoff team. This is a team they're not going to see in the playoffs. So what you do, you start playing people you don't normally play to see it. This is what all playoff teams does. That's why you see a lot of playoff teams lose to teams like this. They use these games and opportunities to try some shit that they never tried before. And that's exactly what happened when they implemented those two players that haven't been playing. You want to see how your team is fully healthy, so you're going to let everybody play. You're not going to let everybody play against OKC. You're going to let everybody play against a team like the Bulls. It just so happened the Bulls was on one.
But this is my thing. If Brandon's correct, if Brandon's correct that all the Lakers got to do is never play lazy and just try, then we have no why y'all worrying about it then? There's nothing to worry about. They just didn't try. Whenever they try, the Lakers win, and it's going to be a championship. They're going to try throughout the playoffs. That's it, right?
I started my analysis and said the Lakers had
if that's the case, yeah.
The Lakers had a bad game. The Bulls had a good game plan, and you have to give the Bulls credit just like you have to blame the Lakers. I think you blame the Lakers for having a bad game, and you give the Bulls credit for having a good game. I don't think you should to heavy more the Lakers than the Bulls because the Bulls was out there playing just as much as the Lakers was out there.
I think you interpreting the word lazy as literally lazy. I think he's saying he's seen them play defense better than this and they didn't play up to their potential. That type of
lazy. And the reason you seen them play better defense than this because we ain't watched no team do what Chicago did last night. That's the point. We haven't seen a team do what Chicago did last night.
Seen Chicago do that last night.
Okay, but listen.
I've seen the Bulls do that before.
Listen. Let's let Ralph in the building. Shout out to Ralph. Ralph says here the Bulls executed on offense, but it's the Lakers' job to make adjustments. Yes, Ralph, they made adjustments at halftime, but the Bulls were still on fire. They were hitting everything. Kobe White wasn't missing nothing. He was like 12 or 14 to start off. They weren't missing. They were hitting everything. They were hitting everything in the paint. Not just in the paint. I mean everything inside the 3-point line. They were 20 of 26 inside of the 3-point line. Yeah, they weren't missing. They were hitting every shot. And they didn't, which the outcome of the Lakers played bad. No, the Lakers made it a run. The game was close. The Lakers got it within 3 points.
They did.
In the third quarter. And all the Chicago Bulls did was keep doing what they're doing because once the Lakers missed or turned over the ball, the first thing Chicago was doing was pushing the pace. Again, if you was watching us on playback TV, you can hear me say this. And as soon as I said what I was saying, they were bringing up the fast break points. As soon as I was bringing up what I was
I didn't even know you was on playback yesterday. That's
Yeah, I was on playback yesterday, especially if the Lakers
apologize.
games are on. No, it's fine. We was watching the games. Again, all of this is recorded. I'm not lying. I don't have no reason to lie. I'm not trying to sugarcoat nothing. I don't think the Lakers are supposed to be undefeated. It happens. You lose a game, but you got to give Chicago credit. You back, Brandon? We just heard you. I just heard you.
I was just listening to JJ Redick post game. He said he's not going to get into any technicalities, but their mentality and contested shots and their defense was not good yesterday from the head coach.
Yeah. Again, I agree with you. Nobody said that. That's not being lazy. He's talking about contesting shots.
Not contesting shots.
He's talking about contesting shots. Yeah, he's talking about so they were just letting the Chicago Bulls shoot. They were contesting shots. They were playing defense.
He said the Bulls shot bad in the first half. In the second half, they just tore them up. The
Bulls scored 60 points in the first half. They didn't shoot bad at all. They had 65 points. That's why y'all didn't watch the game. They had 65 points in the first half, which would lead to over 130 points.
AJ Redick said they didn't shoot the three well in the first half, but in the second half, they were hitting a lot of threes because there was a lot of uncontested shots, and they didn't play good defense. They gave up 44 points in the paint in the second half.
Pull up the clip, Brandon. Pull up the clip, please. Let's listen to JJ Redick talk. I don't want you paraphrasing JJ Redick. Pull up the clip, man. Let's bring this up.
I'm gonna send you the link.
Now I gotta pull it up.
Got a Zesty Jeffrey for head coach.
I'm gonna send you the link.
I don't got no Zesty. He didn't say they played lazy. Uncontested three-pointer doesn't mean they're not contesting. It means they weren't trying to contest. That means they got a lot of open shots. That's called good offense by the Chicago Bulls. He didn't say they were lazy. He didn't say they were out here not contesting shots. They got a bunch of uncontested shots. Means they found a bunch of open shots. That's a difference. Yeah, they didn't play well because Chicago did something smart to keep the Lakers from playing well. They kept pushing the pace. The Lakers couldn't keep up with the young studs that were running on them. They were running on them.
They couldn't keep up with a 30 and 40 win team. Okay.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. That's what I'm saying. This is, again, y'all get mad at me when I say this. The only people who talk the game like this, like I said, is when I conversate with Zesty Jeffries because they don't want to talk the game.
Yeah.
The Lakers got to get back on defense versus a team like Chicago. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're right. I don't want to make excuses. That's right.
That's not.
You're right.
Being lazy is an excuse, Brandon. That's an excuse. That's an excuse for you to get upset for no reason.
It was Chicago. It was Chicago. It wasn't the Lakers. The Lakers.
Yes, it was Chicago. It was Chicago. It was Chicago. It was Chicago. The Lakers defense have been playing good. I don't know what y'all talking about. The Lakers defense have been good.
They played the last game.
Yes, because Chicago got ahead of their defense. Chicago made sure that the Lakers half-court defense wasn't there. Because in half-court sets, the Chicago can't score versus the Lakers. But pushing the tempo, getting in front of the Lakers team defense, they can. That's how you do it. That's the point. That's what you're learning today. Now when you watch the game, like I said, you'll start seeing it further on. Like I said, yes. Like I said.
They couldn't score versus the Lakers in the half court.
The shots were uncontested. Again, it seems like it could be the shots were uncontested because the Bulls found open shots by getting in front of the Lakers defense and forcing the Lakers defense to crash and have to chase a ball. And they got open shots predicated on the fact that Josh Giddy and Kobe White could get to the paint. And they were not doing that on the Lakers half-court offense. They were doing that on the Lakers in transition. So if we want to talk about the Lakers defense, let's talk about their transition defense, which means we're talking basketball. But we rather talk about laziness, which is funny because I know for a fact these guys are not lazy.
JJ said this is the worst defense. This was the worst our defense has looked.
Now, the worst the Lakers defense looked when they gave up 136 versus the Miami Heat, a team that doesn't score that much, a horrible offensive team, and that was when they worst they looked. Chicago's one of the best offensive teams. That's no excuses. Chicago's top 10 in scoring. They're one of the best scoring teams in basketball because they push the pace. They're a very fast team. That's but you can't talk the game. You can only talk about being lazy. This works well in the YouTube streets. That's fine.
I can't talk the game because the Lakers did play defense. Like their coach said, I don't know how to talk the game. No, JJ don't know how to talk the game either.
They had a bad game. They had a bad game.
I'm not making excuses.
I'm not making this. I'm telling you why they had a bad game. You're saying the wrong reasons why. I'm not talking about that.
They just had a bad game. But
JJ didn't say laziness. JJ didn't say laziness. JJ didn't say. That's what you said. He said that they didn't get the chance to contest shots. It's not laziness. It wasn't laziness. It wasn't laziness.
Lazy. If you're not lazy, you're not trying.
That's hilarious. If you're not winning, you're not. Yeah, and if you're not cheating, you're not trying to win. You're right about that, Brandon. You're right about that too. Again, silly logic that has nothing to do with basketball. JJ Redick is not going to go up against Chicago when they play Chicago the next couple of games and say, "Hey guys, go out there. We're going to do the same strategy. We're going to have the same thing. Just give me effort. Good job, guys. Let's go." That's what he's going to do when he faces them in the next couple of games. You're right. That's all he's going to say.
Y'all try today, like not like last time.
No, I'm not going to change my strategy up. I'm not going to do nothing strategically. I'm not going to break down film. I'm just going to believe in what Brandon said and said, hey, give me good effort, guys. I believe in you. Good job. Hands in the pocket, Darvin Ham. That's what Darvin Ham used to do, and that's why the Lakers used to get their ass whooped. JJ Redick does something different. He breaks film down. That's a difference. He's going to tell them, look, we can't be allowing this. You got to get back versus them. Yeah, you got to allow this.
You can't allow to give up 44 points in the paint in the second half and just let them shoot 60% from the three in the second half.
Hey, Zero, the same way they think I just use Zesty Jeffrey for anybody who disagree with me, no, it's the same thing with them excuses. Excuses is what they use because they don't want to talk basketball. You're just making excuses. I can't understand how we talking basketball and everything has got to be excuses. There's no excuses. Teams lose.
The Bulls played bad. No one said the Bulls played bad. They whooped the Lakers' ass. It's just
what you didn't explain. You didn't explain why they played good. That's the problem. You didn't explain why. No, you didn't.
A lot of uncontested threes. It gave up 81 points in the second half.
Yeah, and the Bulls didn't. The Bulls did nothing to get those uncontested threes. You're right. The Bulls had it had nothing to do with Chicago. Again, Chicago got uncontested shots because all the Lakers did was not do what Brandon wants them to do, which is obviously not be lazy. Just be tougher, play harder, have the mentality, toughness, go into the toolbox, get in there, get that killer instinct in there, have that intensity, play defense. I had Anthony Davis playing defense and we were sorry, but now I'm still complaining for no reason, although the Lakers play defense. Again, the Lakers' problem is their offense. They don't give you 22 turnovers. You don't have all those points for Chicago.
Yeah.
I like all the excuses you make, though. It's nice. I appreciate that. It's nice.
Nah. While you call them excuses, that means I did exactly what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, I know.
Broke down the game as the way it goes.
You broke down.
You didn't have these excuses for teams. What's it called? When the Lakers defense was good, you wasn't saying all this stuff then. When they were beating teams like the New York Knicks and they were shutting down the Denver Nuggets and all this stuff. It wasn't. You didn't have nothing to say then. But now it's just it's excuses. Yeah.
I'll say if they're playing defense. I'll say they didn't play defense. Why would I be talking about them playing defense?
No. The other team. It was the other team. They were being lazy. That's what it is, right? Whenever the Lakers play good, it has to be because another team's playing lazy. Right? It can't be because of a strategic plan that a team is putting on the basketball court. Right, Brandon? If a team doesn't play the way they're supposed, was Denver supposed to let the Lakers whoop their ass like they did the other time, or yes or no? Or were they supposed to whoop the Lakers like they've always done? Did they do that? Was it because the Lakers were strategically playing better, or was it because Denver was lazy? Was Joker being lazy, scoring 12 points versus the Lakers and not shooting the basketball, or was it a strategic plan by the Lakers that forced him to take those 10, 12 shots in the game? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm trying to say. When does lazy apply? When does it apply to any basketball game like John said?
That game at all.
Yeah. Oh, so no, I'm talking about Denver. Was Denver lazy? Denver was supposed to win. Was Denver being lazy? Or was it, Or were they lazy? Was it because they were lazy? Was it because they didn't try? Was it because they didn't have effort?
They ass kicked.
Huh? No, was it because of effort though? No, was it? No, we know the Lakers got their ass kicked, but did Denver get their ass kicked because they were not giving effort, because they were being lazy, because Mike Malone just looked at them that day and said, you know what, they're not giving me the effort I expect. Was it that the reason why the Denver Nuggets got their ass kicked? Is that why a team loses by 30? Is because another team just didn't give an effort?
Lakers lost by 30 or something. I mean the Nuggets lost by 30 that game.
They lost by a lot. It was like, I think it was close to like 25-30. It was up there. It was up there. They gave up 130 or something to the Lakers. It was a blowout. They blew them out. You don't remember that game? They blew them out. Everybody was over here talking about you don't remember we celebrated over here on Go James Kingdom for that. I told y'all it was going to happen. Remember, I predicted it. Friday night, I told you what they were going to do. Sunday, they did it. I mean, Saturday night, they did it. Sunday, we woke up explaining basketball. Nothing about no laziness. I didn't hear nobody saying Denver was lazy. Didn't hear that at all. But the Lakers, all of a sudden, lose a game. They're being lazy. We don't know what to do. Zesty Jeffries, come on my side. I'm tired of watching the Lakers lose.
I don't understand. The coach said they didn't play defense or get any effort. Like, why are you saying that? What I say?
He said they didn't play good defense. He didn't say they didn't give effort. Yeah, they played bad defense because Chicago played great offense. That's why Chicago executed. There's a difference. It wasn't because the Lakers didn't try. It was because the Chicago figured something out to get their offense off. That's the difference. The Lakers couldn't figure it out. They couldn't figure it out last night. A 48-minute wasn't enough to adjust. They didn't have enough to adjust to this.
Fine, Johnny. You don't have to keep making excuses. Like, they just didn't play hard. They
said get off the word lazy. He said I can't get off the word lazy when he said they didn't play hard. Can you imagine telling a professional athlete they didn't play hard? Sitting at your
the whole team when you trust the process, we knew they wasn't playing hard.
I saw the Lakers trying yesterday, and I just saw Chicago just hitting shot after shot, even after the Lakers were making run after run. I'm watching Luka. Luka was on fire in the first half. The Lakers scored 62 points.
The second half, they gave up 81 points.
Because it wasn't because the Lakers just said, I'm done. It wasn't like they said, you know what, I'm done. They were down 3 at halftime, so now we just done? That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. That's a poor analysis by you. That's a lazy analysis. At halftime, it was 65-62. The Lakers were down 3 points. So when did the Lakers decide to give up, Brandon? When did they say, you know what, we're not playing no more. We're done playing today? Because they were playing in the first half. When did they say we're not playing no more?
You want me to keep saying about what happened in the second half? I mean,
that's when they said. So they went into halftime and they looked at each other as a team, right? Fuck what JJ Redick was writing on the board. Fuck the game plan, the adjustments we need to help us win this game. They looked at each other and said, we don't want to win this game. Fuck it, let's let it slide.
I don't know what they said to themselves. I know they didn't come out and play hard. They didn't come out and try to win the game. I know that. I mean, the game was over before the fourth quarter started. That's how bad it was. It's fine. It's fine. The game was over by the time the fourth quarter started. It's fine.
The game was over by the time the fourth quarter started. Not really. No, not really. The Lakers tried to make a run. It's never over in basketball, sir. You know that 20-point leads ain't nothing in basketball. If you know it, definitely if you watch today's NBA, any team can make a run.
I mean, it is when you ain't playing defense.
If you watch the radar, if you watched the radar yesterday, you would have heard that somebody said 20-point lead isn't a big lead in the NBA anymore.
I did watch it yesterday. Y'all were going in.
I mean, it's true, but I guess you gotta actually try. When you don't try, it gets to 30. It gets to 30. It gets to 30 pretty swiftly, and a lot of wide open threes and dunks. I mean, it's fine.
I don't think they were wide open, but it was good. They got some wide open threes in the second half, definitely. Trying to stop them from getting to the paint. Like you said, right? They had to make the adjustments. The adjustments was to stop Chicago from getting to the basket, and they were getting wide open threes predicated on that because they were collapsing the Lakers' defense. That's called good offense, sir, not bad defense.
Hey, John, is it Bulls in 5?
I said it. Besides the Lakers, it's the Bulls at 5. All day.
All day, man. Bulls look good. What was that guy's name? Taj?
Yes.
Who?
Hey, the Bulls got some young talent, and I like the direction they're going in. And I do think they need a different voice in coaching because he's been there for a minute, but I think the Bulls got a nice future in there, and I hope they do something.
They have a lot of younger players. That's great.
Well, matter of fact, since y'all brought that up, let's go ahead and do that now. If y'all haven't got an opportunity to check it out yet, we do have a new show on the GOAT James Kingdom channel called The Radar. It goes live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also, there is the Radar channel. You can also subscribe to the Radar channel and you'll catch the shows there as well. As you guys know, Brandon, T Perfect, and John go at each other, pause, and argue a specific topic predicated off of the winner of the contest of the show. So there is a show question that if you answer the question of the show, you get to choose the topic that they debate on the next Saturday. And Travis has a fan base, and they were live and direct at 7 p.m. and they won it yesterday. So shout out to Lauren for winning yesterday's trivia question on the radar. So y'all definitely make sure y'all check out the radar right here on GOAT James Kingdom every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And also the radar channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to both channels. Y'all definitely support what we're doing here. As we keep telling y'all on GOAT James Kingdom, we're growing and we're doing bigger things. Like a brand new segment for Craig. Craig hit us up today, and Craig said he got a special segment that he wants to do. So we're going to transition into this right now. You ready for your segment, Craig? Because you didn't tell me what it was. You said you're going to surprise us, right? That's what you said.
Craig, we missed you like the desert misses the rain.
Oh my God! Not PM Dawn reference. Not PM Dawn reference.
It's not this week. See, you didn't listen. I said it's next week. I said I'm going to do it today because I want to put it next week.
Okay, you know what? I'm glad that you said that too, because guess what next week is, y'all? Next week is the 150th episode of the GOAT James Kingdom Show.
Ooh.
150. And on April 13th, which is also a Sunday, which we'll be having a show that time, that's in a couple of weeks, that will be our 3rd year anniversary. So with that being said, we're going to have a promotion and a special contest. We want you guys to go back for the last year from April of 2025 to 2024 and tell us your favorite GOAT James Kingdom Show episode and why it is that episode. And the person who wins this contest will get $100 cash prize. But the key thing is here, you have to be a GOAT James Kingdom member. So we'll put the promotion up for that, ladies and gentlemen. As like I said, we're going to continue to do big things here. So y'all tired of me cooking Brandon? Would y'all like me to put the link up for the gentlemen, because they got a couple of GOAT James Kingdom members who want to either cook me or Brandon?
You mean crying. Let's get it right. Crying.
Ain't nobody. Why?
Crying.
Ain't nobody concerned with you, young man.
Crying the whole time this show started about. All you been is crying.
Crying.
The Lakers didn't want to play defense. Even JJ said it's the worst defense he's seen all year long by the Lakers. But somehow,
Brandon, what do you expect when you're led by LeChoke, who plays zero defense for like the last 10 years?
Jeez.
Here we go. You know when JJ got that look on his face, it's something serious.
Yeah, he's gonna go to his podcast and get carried by LeBron.
Oh my God, you guys are something else. You know
they
what?
Still do that podcast?
No, they watching film, not doing what Brandon is doing. JJ Redick woke up this morning and said, all I gotta do is find out how to make the Lakers non-lazy. He out here figuring out a strategy versus Chicago and whatever team he has to play the next night. Y'all letting Brandon come up here with this nonsense. Don't let Brandon.
He's trying to figure out how to make the Lakers not play lazy next time they play them.
He's gonna be like, how do I win games with like the second best player in the league?
Not have them play lazy.
What? Oh my God! I don't know what to tell him. I don't know what to tell him.
You know what bum team has been playing well lately? I ain't gonna front. The Nets. I've been watching a little the Nets.
They've been playing tough. They've been playing teams tough.
Good.
Oh,
I don't know how they lose that Indiana game. It was up by
do.
Like a couple of seconds left.
I really do.
And all of a sudden it's going in overtime.
Yeah, I didn't see the end of that game. I had stopped watching like mid fourth quarter, so I didn't get to see the end of the game.
They just can't finish games.
Wow, 3 Magic Johnsons on defense. This guy said in the chat. Jesus.
3 Magic Johnsons on defense?
Yeah, as in he says LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves were cones.
Well, again, that's the low hanging fruit, like Lamont would say. All right, so let's play JJ Redick here, ladies and gentlemen. Here's JJ Redick explaining how they have to not be lazy.
Just to keep it open, JJ, what was the thing you thought stood out the most tonight? Well, our defense. I mean, you give up 50-some, whatever it was, 44 points in the paint. Our turnovers killed us all night, which led to them getting shots in transition. I thought we did a poor job contesting. I mean, again, they were 5 for 22 at the half from 3, and I think they were 14 for, my math is not good right now, but 14 for 19 in the second half. And Buzelis hit a bunch of those, and you're willing to live with a couple, and then we turned off some of the shift notices, and then the contests were great. You can certainly get into the technicality of it, and you can certainly get into the turnovers for us offensively and how that kind of destroyed our rhythm. But the disposition and the mentality, I don't know if we assumed because we had everybody back that it was just going to be like it was 3 weeks ago, and that's just not the way this works. I think the guys know that, and I'm not saying that's what they assumed. You'll have to ask them that. The thing that we have talked about all season long, though, is grace. And so the group inherently gets some grace for what this last 3 weeks has looked like, and it's not an excuse. It's just the nature of where a group felt very connected, and then you lose some games on the road, you have some injuries, all that stuff. You got to get reconnected, and that's where our group will get there. We, however, don't have a lot of time to do that, and it's got to be now. It can't be in a week. It can't be in 2 weeks.
Tell me when to stop, Brandon.
It's got to be now. It's got to be Monday morning.
You
in our
stop
film
now.
session, in our walkthrough for Orlando. So
Because later on, he tells them that it's the worst defense he's seen all year from Lakers.
I love my
It's
team.
fine.
I love those guys. That was the worst our defense has looked, frankly, maybe all year, but certainly in the last 3 months. To follow up on one of the things you said with LeBron will be coming back.
Bang, there we go. All right. Here we go. All right, so we got a couple of GJK members in the building. Shout out to Juan Boys here. Let me bring up Juan Boy. Oh, we got Al in the building. Shout out to Al and Pals. What's good, bruh? Thank you for joining us. Let me see it. All right, so let's let Al up in here right quick, man. Shout out to
Wait. One
One
moment. What did JJ say about your points you were making? What did JJ say about the points you was making?
Well, he first started off with how the Lakers was giving up shots at the rim, and how they were basically turnovers, and that their transition defense wasn't as good as he wanted it to be, which is what I explained in the beginning as well. Then later on, he went on to explain how he just felt that overall they weren't contesting the shots the way he wanted to, but they weren't contesting it greatly. They didn't play good defense. But he didn't say anything about them being lazy. He said something about their disposition. He said, "Oh wait." He said something about their disposition and their mentality and thinking that they could just turn it on. Nothing about them not having the will to try. He just thought, like he said, that they just thought everything would just come together. That's what he said. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Okay, go ahead and let us know how great the Lakers tried.
Let's start with here. Al, did you watch last night's game?
I did not. So this.
Okay, so your analysis. So your analysis is not worth it. So your analysis is not. So your analysis is not even necessary. Yes, you can. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
I have a reason why I didn't watch the game. They switched the cable up out here, man. I had the channel. They switched it. I wasn't paying the extra or whatever, so I ain't watched the Bulls all season. So listen, I'm just listening to y'all. That's it.
See, look. There you go, Brandon.
Chicago.
Huh? Listen, Brandon. This is your buddy, Brandon. This is your high school buddy. Like I told you about these. I told you about these people who follow Zesty Jeffrey Logic. The man said he don't watch the Bulls because of cable. And I like you.
He lives in that area. That's
bro.
Why.
I live in Miami. I ain't got cable. I still watch the Heat.
That's because he lives in that area. Sometimes it's hard to watch your home team play.
Listen. Y'all don't. So we had a Comcast. We watched it all last year. They switched up. They did something. We don't have that channel anymore. You're gonna have to pay something extra to watch them. I wasn't watching it. So I'm just here listening to y'all, bro. That's all. That's it.
Well, see, Brandon, why you do that, Brandon? Why you bring the man involved in your laziness?
Listen.
Shout out to Al, man. Hey, Al. First of all, Al, go ahead and promote your show, brother. Go let everybody know where they can find you. Go ahead and plug in your channel, brother. Go ahead, man.
Hey man, Allen Powell show every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Man, we talk all sports, baseball, basketball, football, all of that stuff, man. I'm just coming in, supporting the show, watching y'all, man. And hey, listen, I will say this: I never seen in a Johnny and B Lee go at it, and it was a sight to see. This is my first time.
You gotta tune in more often.
We actually go at it all the time because of Johnny's saying stupid shit all the time. So I have to
civil war for a minute. It's been a civil war.
AD left. This is AD's fault.
It's prime programming when that happens.
This is AD and Luka's fault.
Brandon is still hurt that AD got traded, and again he's falling into the motel room trap. They're so used to the Lakers failing.
Whenever I said I was upset about Anthony Davis being traded, like why do you keep going around here lying all the time, Johnny? Like
man,
that's your problem. You need to stop lying.
We had a whole 2 weeks. We had a whole 2 weeks. We had a whole 2-3 week shows about
defense. That's all it is. You've been saying
Anthony
Davis is a defender in the league. He literally said Austin Reeves is a better defender than Anthony Davis.
Team wise, yeah. I watch Austin Reeves play some defense, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
He said that Luka will be a better defender than Anthony Davis.
Oh, Luka was out there trying to get steals last night. You didn't see him catch that charge last night? You didn't see him catch that charge?
Delusional person I have to deal with.
Yeah.
People say stuff like this. All NBA first team players.
I prove everything I say. I prove everything I say.
Like, where'd you go?
So Al, you
that happens. That happens. I watched that happen to Finney Smith last night. I watched that happen to Vando as well. Watch players do it all the time. Again, these players are good. A lot of these players are good.
I didn't see any defense like JJ Redick did, like I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told you why.
But Johnny saw trying effort. He said they was
defense is not just about effort, Brandon. You can have all the effort you want. You still have to execute
the
defensively.
Lakers didn't have none at all. The Lakers
exactly.
Didn't have none at all.
Exactly.
Like JJ said,
because Chicago
lazy.
No, JJ didn't say lazy. I didn't hear not one thing about being lazy. And he even said himself, the thing about the disposition and the mentality, you got to go ask the team. That was his assessment of the team.
Yeah, because they was lazy.
No, that's not what they was. They were not lazy.
He was saying it without trying to say he was saying.
No, because he's smart. He said, "I don't want to go into technicalities because
he didn't cuss them out about how their effort and how lazy they play and giving up all them points."
No,
all the paint points. You think JJ just went back there and said, "Okay, guys, let's play better next game"? Hell no. JJ is a coach. He's an ex-player. He's going to tell them what they did wrong.
Yeah, what they did wrong.
You see that comment? You got to pay extra. Did you see that?
No, I know that. But you're still supposed to be a fan. Your team is playing good. You're supposed to watch your team, brother.
Hey, man.
Especially when they're playing against the Lakers, because I guarantee you're going to do a show about LeBron and the Lakers very shortly, and you're going to be misinformed because you ain't been watching.
Well, the Lakers usually come on TV, so they ain't come on TV this time. They play the Bulls.
Hey, Alex,
they come on TNT.
6, right?
They come on TNT. We watch.
Of course, that ain't
again. Look. Again, Brandon. Another Zesty Jeffrey on your side, and then you wonder why there was a civil war.
How was Alfred
no? Read the comment. Read the comment. No.
He needs to know.
I'm not talking about Alfred. Alfred already said he has no dog in this fight. Stop putting Alfred into your fight, bro.
He's a Zesty Jeffrey.
No, I'm talking about the guy's comment right here. Brandon, read the comment. You got glasses on. He's a Zesty Jeffrey.
I mean, you did get.
No, that's what I said. No, I didn't. No, I didn't, because you're still talking about laziness. That's what Zesty Jeffrey's like. That's why they like this. They finally got you on their side.
Hey, Johnny.
This is Zesty Jeffrey logic. Laziness. Laziness. That's what you broke it down.
And Johnny, you call Brandon's analysis lazy. So why you can use lazy, but he can't? You gotta tell me that.
I'm telling him that his analysis is lazy. But his actual analysis of what happened last night is the Lakers gave no effort. The only people who believe what Brandon is saying right now are Zesty Jeffries.
And JJ Redick.
No, he didn't say that. We just watched what JJ Redick said. He did not say that.
This is the worst his team has played.
That has nothing to do with laziness. That has nothing to do with laziness. That has nothing to do with laziness, Brandon. You can't explain why the Lakers didn't play good defense. That's the problem. That's why you're being a Zesty Jeffrey. Yes.
You're hurt.
Yes.
You're
I'm not hurt. You're right. You're right. I'm hurt. I am hurt.
Any technicalities about the mentality of his team because they lazy as hell yesterday. That's basically what he said.
I am hurt and disappointed that my partner here in GOAT James Kingdom is speaking so zesty that I got to confuse him with Zesty Jeffrey Logic. I'm sorry. It hurts me because I've never heard you talk basketball this simple-mindedly.
The Lakers didn't play hard. They didn't give any effort.
I don't know what kind of analysis that is, brother. You have no analysis to break that down other than the fact that Chicago scored 146. That's your analysis. That's a low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit. Get the low-hanging fruit and enjoy it.
I already told you what happened. They get too many 3-on-1s, 4-on-1s, too many.
3-on-1. He said 3-on-1s, 4-on-1s.
Too many
great analysis.
He's already said wide open threes.
Yes.
That's what happened yesterday.
Yes.
81
You're right.
points in the second
you're right.
half. That's
you're
what
right.
happened yesterday.
Yes, you're right. Yes, that's you're right.
Because they were lazy. They didn't give any effort.
Yes,
that's what happened.
Yes,
I'm
that's
sorry
great
that
analysis.
I can't make excuses for the Lakers like you can.
That's great. That's great.
I'm not on this excuse bus like you. I'm sorry, Johnny.
I'm not making no excuses.
They trust the process.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Again, that is as zesty Jeffrey as they get.
I'm sorry that lazy is triggering for you.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry that lazy.
I'm sorry that I'm pointing out your zesty Jeffrey-ness. I'm sorry that you are. I'm so sorry. Continue. Go ahead. You gotta say it right. I get my chance with my chances here. With my chances here.
You shouldn't get any chance. You shouldn't get any chance because you're
why?
Wrong.
Why? Because you can't break down basketball. It's not my fault. I'm gonna break it down. You're not gonna stop me from breaking it down, Brandon. You can't stop me from breaking it down. You can save me from everybody else, but you can't save me from you. And tonight and today, you're getting exposed for not talking basketball. That's the problem. You're not talking basketball. Laziness has nothing to do with basketball. I never saw Alfred on the golf course and not have a good day on the golf course and blame it on his laziness. He still was going out there doing his technique. He was still trying to figure out how to hit the ball right, and that's how he got better. He didn't say to himself, damn, today I just didn't want to do this. I only hit a 83 because I just didn't want to hit anything better today. No, he has to go back to his strategic way of learning how to hit the ball, learning where he's at, what the par is, where the rough is, where all that is. No, it's not a terrible analogy. She look another zesty Jeffrey who wants to argue and protect Brandon. Again, Alfred, have you ever gone to the golf course and said I shot bad today because I was lazy?
I have not done that, but I don't think the two go together. I don't think the two go together.
They don't go together? So when you play poorly in golf, sometimes it has something to do other than you being lazy. Am I correct? Is that what you're saying? And when you play poorly in golf,
I have never done that. I have never done that. But
you never played bad in golf. You never had a bad day in golf.
I think they're apple and oranges. They're not the same.
Answer my question, Alf. Have you had a bad day in golf?
Of course.
Okay, my question to you is: has it ever been because you were lazy?
No.
Okay, then. So that's the point.
But I will say this: I wish I can go back and watch the game in totality because I really want to see exactly what Brandon is talking about and exactly what you are talking about. Because just on the surface, when you have the talent that they have and the way they've been playing defense since I've been watching them, when they're on TV, when I watch them, they talking about how great their defense is, even without a big man. So for the Bulls to do that, I'm curious to see how they did that. I'm curious.
Clearly said it. This is the worst defense the Lakers.
Can I tell you how they did it? Can I tell you how they did it? Since Brandon can't tell you. Okay.
Yes.
This is how Chicago did it. Chicago, being one of the fast-paced offenses in basketball and one of the high-scoring offenses in basketball, pushed the pace. They got ahead of the Lakers' half-court defense, which is the Lakers' staple as a defensive team. Their half-court defense, having all five guys connected on a string. The Chicago Bulls got ahead of that. The Lakers never really got a chance to set up their defense through the majority of the game because whenever they missed or turned over the ball, which they did a lot yesterday, Chicago ran on them. Kobe White, not Baselis, the other kid Giddy, and there was another guard that you guys had with the braids. I don't remember his name. Every time you guys got the ball, they pushed the pace.
Oh, the Summer injured, I think. But let me ask you this:
pushed the pace.
So is that the only thing that teams have to do is just push the pace, and that's it against the Lakers?
Again, one of the Lakers' weakness on defense will be how they protect the paint because they really don't have no shot blocker, right? They really don't have no big man to protect the paint like that. The problem the Lakers are going to have is their transition defense. So they have to make sure they play transition defense better. They didn't play it well yesterday. Not because they weren't trying. It's because, again, this is their first time facing Chicago. They never saw a team run like this. Chicago runs. And the adjustment will be the next time is to stop Chicago from running. Another adjustment will be is to make sure they understand Vujacic ain't giving up those lobs to Hayes, which were easy points that the Lakers were getting in the paint that they weren't able to get this game as well. So it led to turnovers and the Chicago being able to run. That was why they gave up all those points. And then on top of that, when it got to the second half, they started hitting their three-pointers because the Lakers tried to get ahead of the Chicago offense. And when they were doing that, they were leaving guys open for threes. They had some dude, I forgot, some other dude. This dude, I don't even know his name. Another dude with braids was hitting threes. I don't even know what his name was. They had Vujacic hitting threes yesterday. It happens. It happens. The Bulls executed. Give Donovan, Billy Donovan his credit, and that's it. That's why he didn't want to go into the technicalities because he has to face them again. Brandon don't understand it. I'm not going to break down my defensive scheme and how it didn't work versus a team that just beat me on public television.
You know how it didn't work. We just saw it.
You talking about Patrick Williams.
Thank you.
You was talking about Patrick Williams.
Number 44?
Yeah.
Terrible.
He been a bust for us all year.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, but how many threes he hit yesterday? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, he had 4. He was 4 for 7.
Give him $100 million.
You're wide open and you're not
Gave
playing
him that $90 million
It's
deal.
very easy when you're wide open.
And Kobe
But no one's
White started out in the first half 10 of 12. He only missed 2 shots because it was 3-pointers. He wasn't missing nothing in the paint. Even when the contested shots, he was making contested shots.
The GOAT.
He was balling. And listen, I don't know what it is about Kobe White. As soon as the Chicago Bulls say we tanking, he goes, no, we not.
Yeah.
He goes, no, we not. No, we not. No, we not.
Hey, Kobe White
no, we not.
Kobe White took advantage of them trades. He said, I'm going to do my thing out here.
Dude, Bulls are going to be in the playoffs, man. They're fighting for that 7th seed.
Let's let what's it called? Let's let Juan Boy in the building. What up, Juan Boy, man? Thank you for joining us at Goat James Kingdom.
I want to hear more arguments from Brandon and Johnny. Let's go.
No, you don't. We don't want to hear that. Listen, man. We want to listen. As you can see, once I start breaking down the game, that laziness nonsense goes right out the door. Right out the door. There's no excuse. There's no excuse.
Like the Bulls are this top 10 team in the league. No, they're not even top 10 in their conference.
They're top 10 in their conference.
They're number 9 right now.
Look, they're better than my Heat. My Heat top 10 in the conference, man.
Yeah, he's not good either.
We are horrible.
We
are horrible.
Talking about
horrible.
They haven't faced a team like the Bulls all year. The hell on.
No, I said they haven't. They haven't. Again, go watch. Again, like I said, do you watch the basketball? Do you watch it?
Come on, man. Come on.
That's what I'm saying, brother. Start paying attention to more stuff, brother. I know it's hard out here.
They haven't faced a team that pushed the pace like the Chicago Bulls all year long. That's why they was out of position, and that's why they was trying to run back on defense because they were pushing the pace and giving up wide open threes.
Brandon,
right,
what is Chicago rank? Exactly. Run, nigga, run.
Play in or something.
Run.
All right,
what is Chicago ranked in pace? What is Chicago ranked in pace, Juan Boy?
I don't know. We're probably with the Wizards. Probably with the Wizards in the top 5. All right, Juan Boy, let's go.
False, because the Memphis Grizzlies is the number 1 team and they're a playoff team. So
is the Wizards in the top 5?
In pace?
Yes.
Yeah, the Wizards are.
All right, then. Just with the Wizards in the top 5. Another bad team. All right, Juan Boy, are you there? Because I'm out of here to make excuses.
I'm not making no excuses.
All right. I don't think Juan Boy's on. Ralph is in the building.
But I don't.
He's on. Juan Boy's on.
My bad, Juan Boy.
Hats off to the Bulls because they attacked the Lakers at one of their weakest points, and that's transition defense. And I'm giving them credit because I know they got some guys that can hoop. Kobe White, he went to North Carolina. That's my You know, that's my college team. You know what I mean? Ed Cota from Brooklyn. Salute to him. But he was drafted. He was chosen by Roy Williams, who has a history of having guards that can push the pace. That's what he thrives at in transition, and he's a pretty good one-on-one player. You know what I'm saying? And Giddy's not no bum either. Giddy was playing defense, and he was, you know what I mean, like one of them. He's gonna give you double-digit scoring with 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He does everything well. You know, and he's a big guard, so he can take advantage of, you know, having that extra length to get in them passing lanes like he was doing last night. The Bulls probably got better athletes than the Lakers do, especially in the backcourt. So there's going to be times where the Lakers are going to be getting ran out of the building just because of the backcourt, the weakness in the backcourt defense. So I'm not surprised that yesterday went like that. I'm surprised that Brussels is breaking out like he did. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not surprised at what Giddy and Kobe White were doing. And the only thing lazy was that tape. The Lakers were lazy. You gotta do better than that, Brandon. You gotta do better than that, man. You don't want to hear that. We want to hear your.
I know you want to hear that. I know the Lakers fans don't want to hear them being lazy and not playing defense. I know you guys don't want to hear that.
But y'all both are right.
I mean, Johnny's not right at all. That's the problem. He's not right at all.
I can prove everything I say. I can prove everything I say.
Lakers didn't play any defense. JJ Redick said it was the worst the defense looked. I don't know what you guys are talking about. The Lakers didn't play hard.
What's that? Shit, giving up
I've seen the Lakers play worse defense than this.
Well, JJ haven't.
No, you know he said it was one of the worst. He didn't say it was the worst. Again, Brandon, stop being zesty and lying. No, he didn't. He said it's one of the worst. He said it's one of the worst. He said it's one of the worst, and it is because they played worse before. They gave up 130-something to Utah. They gave up 130-something to the Miami Heat, a team who can't score.
King of the zesty givers. You don't agree with me, you must be zesty.
No, if you talk zesty, that's how you're gonna talk.
You must be zesty.
You lying. He said one of the worst times we played. He didn't say it was the worst. That's a lie. You just lied. We just heard the man.
He can't remember. He's the worst.
We heard him. We just heard him say one of the worst times we played. One of them that he could remember in a while, because that's in a while. They've been playing good defense in a while.
He can't remember because it was the worst. He can't remember.
Yes, because he's smart enough to not remember. Because he's smart enough. He's smart enough to not remember when he had Anthony Davis. That's why, exactly. Ever since we didn't have, yes. This is the worst defense they had since they didn't have Anthony Davis. You're right about that. That's right. You're right. Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Because ever since they got rid of him, their defense has been better. And you were wrong then, and you're wrong now. Yes. Their defense has been better without him. Completely better without him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so let's let Ralph get in, because Ralph is going to agree with Brandon, because laziness is what they see.
What are you talking about? JJ said that's the worst the defense looked. Come on now.
I know he didn't say that, but continue. I'm not giving excuses for one. I'm not giving excuses for 146. I'm giving praise. I'm giving praise.
Nah, that was bad defense. I'm not gonna lie to you, because when you look at the game, they were not putting pressure on the perimeter to where they were hitting a lot of threes coming off of screens and everything. And also, you've seen the transaction to where the Lakers was not getting back to actually counter the fast break that they were doing. That's the reason why they scored 74 points in fast break points. So it's like, when I look at it, it is bad defense on the Lakers' part.
Ralph, I ask you a simple question. Is the Lakers' bad defense due to laziness, or because Chicago had a great game plan versus the Lakers' defense? See, Ralph does this every time.
He clearly told you why.
Ralph, no, he didn't. Ralph said that they played bad defense, and he explained where they played bad defense at. He did not say they were lazy, Brandon. You said that. I'm asking you again, Ralph. Ralph does this to me every time. He does this to me every time.
Answer your questions the way you want you.
No, every time it's my turn to ask Ralph a question, for some reason his phone lags. It's not about when he asks. He's not answering the question. He didn't answer the question. He's not answering it.
It's like everyone else is saying.
No one's saying that they're not. No one's saying anything.
Hold on. I I didn't even hear the question because I was having bad connection. What was the question?
Again, Ralph, you broke down why the Lakers played bad and where they played bad at. My question to you is, was it because they were playing lazy?
When I'm looking at the game, I mean, on the perimeter from the 3-point line, it looked a little lackadaisical from that aspect. But I don't think, like, you know, on transition they tried to get back. I don't think they got back enough to stop those transitional points. So,
Was it because they didn't want to, or was it because Chicago just got ahead of them?
I don't think anybody don't like. I wouldn't say.
Thank you.
They don't
Thank you.
want to.
That's the point. That's the point.
say
Brandon
that
says they don't
because
want to. When you're being lazy, you don't
Any player
want
in
to.
the NBA is not gonna not want to.
Well,
I see
Ralph.
LeBron
Did it
walk
look
back
now?
line
Did it
time.
look lazy?
He didn't
Now,
want to get
did it
back.
look lazy? Some players
Ralph.
here and there did look lazy.
I have a
I
follow
can
up
see
question
that.
for you,
Yeah,
Ralph.
what's up?
So is Josh Giddy really like hanging out at high schools after work, or
That's
is
what
that
we
really?
do with Josh Giddy.
See, Brandon. See what happens when you don't want to talk basketball. You get someone like Travis who wants to talk about something else.
Let me ask a question, Johnny. So you saying was it defensive strategy that was terrible? Because every pro that I listen to, when they talk about defense, they said it's a want to. Like, you can have talent on offense, but when it comes to defense, it's a mentality. Like, you have to want to play defense. So was it a defensive strategy? Like the coaching had a horrible defensive strategy? Because everybody that I listen to say when it comes to defense, you have to want to play defense. That's a mentality. That's an attitude.
That is zesty to say.
First off, to think that because a team doesn't play good defense automatically requires that they didn't want to is the problem. Yes, it's a strategy. The strategy is the Lakers have a certain style of defense and a certain philosophy that they play. Their strength is half-court defense, not transition defense, not protecting the paint. Their job is to get good baskets, good offensive possessions, which helps them out on defense as well. When you're giving up 22 turnovers and 17 of them are forced turnovers. So that means the Lakers only had 4 unforced turnovers yesterday. They had 17 steals the Chicago Bulls had yesterday. That's called defense from Chicago, who turns into transitional offense, which they were able to beat the Lakers in. So the strategy is the problem. That's why the next time they play the Bulls will have to do something different. They will not be able to do this. I guarantee it.
So you say it was the offense that caused bad offense led to transition. Okay.
That's a part of it.
Okay.
The 22 turnovers made it really bad.
They
On top
threw
of the
a lot
fact that
lazy passes in that game to where they were
well,
deflected.
LeBron, yeah,
and they
but you're not going off of the steals that they were getting straight off of dribbles. There was a couple of times where Luka, Austin, and LeBron tried to dribble in traffic and lost the ball because the Chicago Bulls were deflecting the ball.
There were certain possessions like that. They tried to throw
Yes.
a lob to Jackson Hayes, deflected on the weak side to where that created a fast break. I mean, there was a lot of mishaps on the offensive end to where that went into the transition. Ralph, didn't I mention Vujicic's paint protection and defense yesterday as well? Didn't I also mention that? On the offside, he was pretty good last night.
They shut down those lobs to Jackson Hayes, even though the Lakers still got a couple of those shots to Jackson Hayes that they normally get.
Yeah,
but they legitimately they stopped it.
That looked pretty nice.
Yes, and they forced the Lakers to take a lot of outside shots, and the Lakers were still hitting them. But at the end of the day, when the Lakers missed or when the Lakers had a turnover, the first thing Chicago did was run. They didn't let the Lakers get down on the other end. And you can do that when you have a LeBron, Austin Reeves, and a Luka on the floor majority of the time, because for one, they're not as athletic as we want them to see. We know LeBron still is, but still at the end of the day, LeBron's trying to get rebounds. You have to get in front of the Lakers defense. That's a smart strategy by Billy Donovan. That's it.
I'm gonna say on the defensive side, there was several times with Josh Giddy and what's his name was driving to the paint, and it was very, very loosely contested to where Kobe White was driving to the paint into traffic, and I thought that was going to be a stop or something. They were able to make the basket. It was some lackadaisical on the defensive side. It was in certain plays.
Yeah, they were shooting lights out. To be fair, I mean, their execution was
Let's
good
start.
too.
Let's start off with Kobe White. Here it is.
But
Kobe White.
this is when. Oh, go ahead.
This is Kobe White's 6 3-pointers. Let's start off with his 3-pointers. Here we go. Here, LeBron gets to the paint. He misses. What does Chicago do? Look, get ahead. Look, hurry up. Look, this is good defense by the Lakers. Don't give up the easy basket. Give Kobe White the 3-pointer. You got to give up one or the other. It's either you're going to get a layup, an uncontested layup, or you give him the open 3-pointer. He gives up the 3-pointer.
Nah, I don't think that's great because he should have. Like, you got 2 people in the paint. You should have had one up there playing toward the perimeter
Ralph,
and one
here
in
we
the
go.
paint.
Ralph, here we go.
Because you only have one person
Here,
down
Ralph.
in the paint. So
Ralph,
one person should
okay.
have been down in that paint,
Ralph.
and one should have been on the perimeter. You give
Okay,
him a
Ralph.
wide open
It's a 3-on-2. Here you go. Here, look. You have Austin Reeves.
3-on-2 because 3 is jogging back. That's why.
Again, three is not jogging back. They're pushing the ball. That's why Giddy gets the ball off here. You're never going to be faster than the ball here, Brandon. You're never going to get that. Once he makes this pass,
somehow all the Bulls are back, but 3 of the
no, it's not all the Bulls. It's not all the Bulls are back. Again, if you look at it again, the same 3 Lakers that you said are not running, right? We're trying to get a rebound. And again, if you look at it again, they're push the ball. Not even dribble, one dribble, push the ball. They only dribbled the ball once up the floor, Brandon. That's called pushing the pace. That's open. Right here, Luka has to protect the paint. That's what he has to do. Austin Reeves was trying to get to Bacelis over here, if I believe that's Bacelis. He was trying. But Cody White did exactly what you're supposed to do, run the right lanes. That's called good trade. Look how they're executing on offense. Look how everybody has a slot. That makes it hard to defend, and they're moving the ball.
And you got a trailer coming down the middle of the
And then you got a trailer. Look, and this is the open shot that's it. Let's watch the next play. Here we go again. Look at him. He's pushing the pace. He's not trying to look. That's defense. Jordan Gooden's not trying. That's just Kobe White trying to get ahead of the Lakers defense. Look, what do you want him to do? He hits that. That's what you want.
That was a contest too.
What do you want? Exactly. That's a contest. Here we go again. Here we go again. Laker turnover, right? What are they doing off of a Laker turnover? What is Luka Doncic doing? What is Austin Reeves doing? What is LeBron gonna do? Like Brandon said, here we go. We got a 3-on-2. Gabe Vincent and LeBron versus Giddy and Kobe White and them. Look at them playing good. Look. Here we go. Again, I have to either give up the free layup or give up the 3-pointer. And that's how he gets his 3-pointers. Look, here we go here. This is one of the few times they score on the Lakers half-court defense. And that's another 3-pointer hit right here. Here we go. Again, the Lakers are not trying, though. The Lakers are not trying. Here we go here. Look, the Lakers are not trying. Look, here we go again. Look, contested. He makes that. The Lakers are not trying, though. That's not what they're doing. They're not trying here. Look, that's a turnover by LeBron. Here we go here. Look at this. LeBron's there. Boom. What do you want him to do?
Is this still the first half?
No, that's the end of the game. That's when they was on the Bulls was on the run. That was at the end of the game right there. That was at the end of the game.
I think that was the first half.
No, that wasn't. That last shot I just showed you was at the end of the game. That last shot I just showed you was at the end of the game. That was LeBron's last turnover. That was around 4 minutes to 5 minutes to go. That's what that was. Now let's go to his other shots. Let's go watch what Kobe White was doing on his other shots.
I mean, we're talking about the wrong person.
No, here we go. No, he was the one killing the Lakers. A Laker turnover based off of what, Ralph? Wait. A Lakers turnover based off what? Off of Vujicic doing what? Containing the lob to Jackson Hayes. What do the Lakers have to do? They have to run. They're running, look. But again, that's not contested. He's contested. Look at that. That's just a great shot by Kobe White.
He likes it. I told you he thrives in transition.
That's off a shot. Look, that's not defense. Look how he got this shot. Look what Kobe White has to do to get this shot. This is Finney Smith not giving effort. No, that's Kobe White playing good offense. The man literally pushed off of him. Here we go again.
6'5", 6'6".
Look, running behind screen. Look, Jackson Hayes, no contest. Look at Luka contesting that.
I mean, okay, Kobe White is going to get his points. I'm talking about the whole team. That's like saying the best player. Pick
the player. Pick the player, Brandon. Pick the player. Name him. Which player should we look at? Huh? Oh wait.
You are just showing the shots they're made like all game. they
well,
would
that's what
stop playing.
I'm showing you. I'm showing you. I got to show you how they scored because you said while they scored was because the Lakers were being lazy. So what am I supposed to show you when the Lakers were playing good defense and contested shots and they missed them? I got to show you when they scored.
I think you got to show all the uncontested.
You just showed Kobe White make 5 tough shots. Okay.
No. I showed no. Wait. I showed Kobe White 6 3-pointers, which you said were uncontested.
You made Kobe White. There was more players on the court than Kobe White.
Let's
best scorer on the team
let's go.
made 5 shots.
Okay, Brandon. What did JJ Redick? What did Coach Redick say about the defense again? What was it they not contesting again? Which shots were they not contesting again?
The threes in the second half. I mean,
okay, the threes in the second half. Okay, so we're gonna go to Pascelis. Pascelis was the second most 3-pointers made. Is that comfortable for you? Can we go to Pascelis 5 3-pointers made? Are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable with that? Okay, let's do. If I want to make sure you get the information right because you said I'm supposed to see.
I already got it right.
Here we go. That's bad defense. No, that's Pascelis.
That's bad defense.
That wasn't a great closeout.
He didn't close out. Come on now.
That wasn't a great closeout.
Again.
That was not
again. Again. The Lakers half court. The half court. Wait.
Move to the next play. We don't hear your excuse. Move to the next play. We don't want to hear your excuse. We don't want to hear no more excuse. The
Lakers are playing team defense, right? And obviously, you must protect Luka. Luka is being guarded by Giddy here.
Stop making excuses. Go to the next place. That was not a good closeout. Simple as that. Not a good closeout.
What would have been a better closeout?
A block. Not a good closeout. That wasn't a great closeout.
We're not
to the next play.
No, we're not gonna move on until you let me break down the play because I'm not gonna sit here and let you lie.
Go ahead, Mr. Excuse Maker. Go ahead, make some more excuses. We're listening.
Here we go. LeBron James, what is he doing here? Playing the passing lane, right? But what does he do here? Why does he go there? He's protecting the driving lane. He is making sure Luka has help. So that means he has to leave Pascelis open. He has to give off of Pascelis, which is what Coach JJ Redick said. We can live with some of this. You brought up JJ Redick saying this. We can live with this. We tried to get off of our shifts, but you still can't leave Luka open. I mean, you still can't leave Luka by himself here because Giddy will get him. So what does LeBron James do? When the pass is made, LeBron James plays the defense he's supposed to play. He's giving up the 3-pointer shot. He's not going.
Look bad.
That's bad defense.
Again. If I'm correct, I heard JJ Redick said we live with Pascelis doing this. So LeBron does the game strategy. Y'all asked about strategy. The strategy says let Pascelis do this. Because he's not going to make him all the time.
So you saying the strategy
we'll move
was
on.
bad then?
No.
JJ was bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again.
Blame it on JJ now. Come on.
I use Brandon's JJ Redick interview, and he said it in the interview. Here we go again. Let's go to the next three. Here we go here. The next three. Let's go here. What is Luka Doncic doing? Having to play help defense, like the Lakers always play. Let's watch what happens. Pascelis gets that shot. Good offense. Good execution by Chicago. That's it.
Was that a better closeout?
He was set.
It wouldn't have to have.
All I asked was that a better closeout.
Listen, if that's the strategy, JJ was bad.
No. That's called
that's a
good execution. Great execution by Chicago. Great execution by your team. Great execution.
Actually, it's my team. He actually not from Chicago, so it's my team. So that's not.
I am actually from Chicago. I just live in Crown Point now.
No,
again,
you're not from Chicago. You know how that looks now.
We get Chicago. We supposed to get Chicago games, but they cut us off.
So I'm from Chicago, so I get Chicago games.
Yeah, he's from Chicago. Don't you better not be making excuses for them either, John.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go again. This is Gabe Vincent, right? What did JJ Redick says? We can live with this. Okay, this is late in the third quarter. Here we go again. Look,
they're knocked down, hand down, man down.
Was that a better closeout?
No, that closeout was pretty suspect too.
Boy, y'all just. I guess
there
the
you go.
method is
Man down.
Bro, that is
Man
not
down.
an aggressive closeout.
Next.
That is not an aggressive closeout.
Because you close out a certain way, you're gonna foul. So let's not do that.
That's
Or
not
give
an
up the
aggressive
or
closeout.
give
You
up
gotta
the
be a little
lane.
closer for it to be a good closeout.
Look.
So
Wait, all right. So, wait. Are we gonna say? Are we gonna say? Bronny James is not fighting hard to get over this screen, not fighting hard to make sure he contests this shot? No, that's what we're saying.
No, I didn't say that.
That's
That one he was fighting. He was fighting on that one.
He can fight hard all he want, but he's wide open. He can fight hard all he want, but he's wide open.
So that, and mind you, Baselis only hit 3 3-pointers in the second half. He didn't even hit that much in the first half. So these are all second half 3-pointers for Baselis, right? Those are 3 shots.
Destroyed.
That's not why the Lakers
3
lost. They
wide
didn't lose
open
because
shots.
of those shots. They didn't lose because of
3
those
wide
3
open
open shots.
3
They
open
lost more
shots.
because of Kobe White. Shall we continue? Who else should I bring up?
Hey, hold on, Johnny.
How many points did Kobe
Johnny.
White have in the second half? How many points did Kobe White have in the second half?
I need Johnny to make a video for JJ Redick since he said his strategy was bad. You need to make a video to JJ Redick telling him his defensive strategy was terrible.
Kobe White
Kobe White in the second half.
Kobe White had 17 points in the second half.
17 points, okay.
He had 19 in the first half, so he did better in the first half than he did in the second half.
36. Jeez. I
Yeah,
knew
he had 36.
But damn.
Yeah, he had 36. He had 36.
He from North
No,
Carolina.
he was balling. He was balling
frying
last night,
their
for sure.
How many did that?
he was balling.
Bazzelli dude have the rookie? Did he have like 31?
All right.
Yeah, I think he
now,
had 31.
remember, we talked about JJ Redick saying we live with Baselis, but we said we turned off our shifts in the second half, and he still didn't like how they contested some of these shots, right? Even though, like he said, that was the idea with Baselis. Baselis shoots 32.9% from the three-point line. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Michael Jordan three-point shooting. Ain't nobody worrying about Baselis shooting.
So the next game, you think they're gonna let him shoot?
No, the next game they're not gonna let the Bulls run. They're gonna do a better job protecting the ball.
This game, if they, why the hell did they do it this game?
Because you're, like he said, we have new guys coming in the roster. We went back to some of our LeBron and Rui are easily 25, 35-minute players, brother. You're putting them back into the rotation. You're taking out certain guys. Remember, they didn't even play Dalton Connect for some reason yesterday. They gave Jordan Goodwin a lot of time yesterday.
That's because he plays well.
No, because he's been. Yeah, no, I know. He was in the starting lineup the last 5 games, and he has been playing well. Nobody's taking that away from him.
This is the time
But you
where
still-
all the playoff teams is testing their lineups right now.
Yeah,
So
and you can
see
the Lakers weren't aggressive offensively yesterday as well. There was a lot of shots that they
wasn't
passed
aggressive
up on.
defensively at all. They wasn't aggressive defensively at all.
I'm talking about aggression as far as taking shots, not as far as being lazy.
I'm talking about aggressiveness as in aggressive.
I saw aggression. We just saw them play defense here. I don't know what you saw.
You saw him playing defense. Where?
I showed
Of those
Brandon.
yeah.
I showed over 15 baskets made, and you only pointed out to 2 or 3 that you said wasn't good.
10 of them was wide open.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't. Brandon, what are you watching? None of them were like that. What were you watching? Like I said, I break shit down with
JJ said it's the worst the defense played all year.
I know. That's what you heard. Yeah, we know that. That's what you heard, Brandon. We know that. You heard that.
Worse all year. I mean, it's fine. You know, I'm hoping that the next 10 times they play, the Lakers win 9 times, but they have to actually try to play defense this time and not be lazy.
Who? Oh yeah, definitely don't be lazy, ladies and gentlemen. We got to find out how JJ Redick.
Do not be lazy.
Let's
ain't
find
JJ.
out.
Well, stop blaming it on JJ. Stop blaming it on JJ.
Yeah, because he has to figure out how to make them not lazy. That's his job. If laziness is their only issue, all he has to do is figure out how to motivate his team.
You got to get effort.
He has to find a way to make him have that effort. He has to give him a reason. That's his job.
Your effort.
That's what the Lakers were doing last night. They was trust the process of implementing new players, new lineups, new.
It's not about trust the process. It's called basketball, ladies and gentlemen. It's called basketball. Give the Chicago Bulls credit.
On the perimeter. That's really what it was.
I think lazy is a simple
I think the closeouts could be a whole lot more tighter.
I mean, I was bouncing.
What on Baselis? Why am I gonna go close out on Baselis, Ralph? Please explain.
Why the hell not?
I'm talking about on the whole
Why? No, but you just watched it right there. We watched the closeout. They closed out on Kobe White. They closed out. They closed out on. You want me to go to more 3-pointers? Shall I go to more 3-pointers to show it to you guys?
Should have been. What I'm saying is, should be more tighter to where they're not able to get those threes off the way they were able to. And if they're able to run them off on the 3-point line and actually play the once they drive, they could close in on the defensive side on the inside. That's how you'd be able to stop them.
Yeah, but you only run off 3-point shooters off the 3-point line, not guys who shoot 32.9%.
I know.
I'm saying as a team, like the team shot.
Again, I brought up Kobe White, who hit the most 3-pointers. We watched Kobe White have 2 wide open 3-pointers predicated off of transition, which we talked about how they pushed the pace. All the other 3-pointers he made, they were contested, and he just made them.
Well, I didn't see those others because
what you mean we didn't see them? Oh, you see, there you go. They see that. Every time.
Why you think I was back and forth into the screen?
I know.
I was having some technical difficulties.
Rob, to be honest with you, I didn't see you coming in and out because I was busy actually watching basketball. That's what I do here. That's why everybody loves coming to Goat James Kingdom, because one thing they're going to get is Johnny talking basketball. No, I never have a pair of sunglasses, bro. My eyes is good, bro. I've been smoking chronic since I was 13. Oh, wait, let's go. Let's go to Patrick Williams, which is the other dude, the one with the braids, number 44. He was out here hitting all kind of 3-pointers.
Now, Johnny, let me ask King John a question. Do you think Patrick Williams is on before? Because I know he went to Florida State, right? And he was a lottery pick a couple years ago.
Yeah, he came off the bench in Florida State too.
Yeah, and you know, he shows flashes, you know what I'm saying? But do y'all?
All right, see Alfred.
Is it time for him to move on?
Peace, Alfred. Thank you for joining us. Oh wait, Alfred. Wait. Alfred's leaving. Hold on, wait, Alfred. Before you go, what happened to our court debate, man? What's up?
First of all, you don't even want to go. You don't want to get me on that. We was trying to set it up, and then I ain't hit nothing else.
And that was years ago. You talk about that now?
Wait, Alfred, were you depending on the DJKC the girl groupie posse from TikTok to do this?
You say what? No. I was trying to coordinate everything, and then I think y'all went off, and I think y'all actually had it with some other people.
No, we didn't. We never had anybody. We haven't had nothing with nobody.
I was talking to Ralph. We was actually trying to come up with the format, the questions, all of that, and I ain't hit nothing else.
Well, I told you got to stop this. I told Ralph already, man. Stop following them. Stop following them TikTok. Exactly, because 2.5 years ago, none of them TikTok guys has ever grown their content or done nothing. All they do is go live on TikTok and think that that's content creating. You want to talk to real content creators.
Johnny, before, when we were setting this up, I wasn't even involved with TikTok.
Ralph, you've always been involved in TikTok, Ralph.
No.
Matter of fact,
no. When I first started talking basketball, it was actually on y'all platform.
No, not talking about. I'm talking about when you started setting this up with Al. You was trying to set this up with those TikTok guys. Am I correct?
No.
I think no. To be honest, at the beginning, it was going to be Ralph and Craig versus you and B Lee. That was the initial process.
Okay. No, I thought you said you had a bunch of other guys. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was Ralph and Craig.
No, this was way before I was
like when I first came on the show.
Yeah, because me and Craig he actually met up in person and we were discussing everything.
You know what, Brandon? Can we call this laziness? These dudes are lazy. They don't want to set this up. They're not trying to do this. They being lazy.
Hell no.
Let's go. Can we go that lazy?
We ain't doing that.
We're not doing that. No. That's kind of hey Al. That's kind of lackadaisical for somebody who. Yeah, you got kind of lackadaisical for somebody who do a show every Tuesday, bro. You go live every Tuesday. We could have been did this.
Hell no, Johnny.
Johnny, let me tell y'all what happened. Let me tell y'all what. I'm gonna tell you what really happened. I'm gonna tell you what really happened. This is what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody who's watching, let me tell y'all what happened. Goat James Kingdom blew up, and they forgot about everybody else. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. That's what happened. We started to talk. Goat James Kingdom took off, and they focus went elsewhere. I ain't mad at them. But do not blame me, Ralph, and anybody else. It's all Goat James Kingdom.
You said you had a judge and a lawyer. You said you had a judge and a lawyer.
Yes. We had people that was going to actually like judges who was going to vote on who won the debate. We was talking about all of that.
And that's Brandon our fault that we blew up. Hey Brandon, it's our fault we blew up, Brandon. Hey Brandon, it's our fault we blew up. We should have never blew up, Brandon.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But when you blow up, just don't forget about conversations that was had. That's all.
I mean, we here every Sunday. We always available. In fact,
I have never left like you said. Okay, we're ready to do this time of day. That was never a thing. We've been waiting.
We was all supposed to have some type of meeting where we outlined everything. And I can go back to the archives, brother, and send y'all messages or something because it's still in there.
I think they are in a group in the messenger, and we would talk to the months.
Yeah, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go back. I know. I remember it. I was excited.
Yeah,
and I was actually calling Al on Messenger. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" He told me the whole platform and everything. I told him, I said, "Well, I'm meeting up with Craig so we can get our material together. You just let me know ahead of time of the time, and then me and Craig will talk amongst each other to where we'll be able to get our stuff together."
Even Ralph and Craig went silent on this too.
I went
Ralph
silent.
disappeared. Ralph probably got another baby by now.
I mean, we've been waiting for this.
No, I don't. I sure don't have another baby. I still got 7, bro.
I have another baby by that time.
I will say this. B Lee reached out to me recently and kind of like started the fire back. And so I have been looking myself for some worthy opponents. I already know how y'all get down. So I have been looking on my own because I didn't know if Ralph and Craig still wanted to do it or nothing like that. But I've been looking.
I like Ralph.
I'll be in touch with you, Al.
Yeah, we can do it, man. We can have some fun.
To get a little heavy now, because summer, but I might be able to have some time to do this.
If not, like Alfred, you got all these Jordan fans that you have on your show. What's wrong with them? Are they scared?
And guess what? I've been on his show. He do got a lot of Jordan fans.
They're all Jordan fans.
They're all. I've been on your show, Alan Powell. You got a lot of Jordan fans on there.
But they're afraid. I invite them on all the time. They're afraid of us.
But this the difference. Because I know how y'all get down. You can't just be a fan. You gotta come with the work. Like you gotta be able to put in the work to combat everything that y'all gonna come. So if they not willing to put in the work, then it's not gonna work.
So you out here checking people. You out here checking people's resumes. You making sure they're qualified. They gotta be qualified.
If you want to qualify, Alan Powell, so you gotta do it right.
I'm gonna say it right now.
You know they will.
What I was 2.5 years ago is way different than how I am now.
Oh, yeah,
now, to credit to Ralph. Ralph said he's ready. He'll put in the work.
Yeah, like
Craig,
we were supposed to do for years when I first came on the show. I remember you hit me up privately. I was like, yeah, I'll be down to do it.
We all off on a Sunday. We all here doing the Lord's work. We can do it on a Sunday afternoon, no problem, no issues. The only thing you got to do is not play golf on a Sunday, Alf, and we can get it done. Al, we good, man.
They ain't doing
I should be good on that. But
they ain't doing nothing at Crown Point. Trust me.
No. Wait, it's about to be summertime. It's about to be summertime. Al got his summertime. Al got all his clubs and all his.
You got that right. I've been out 3 times already. You say that? I've been out 3 times already. As soon as I seen the sun, it was about 40-something, 50 degrees. I was out. Layered up.
And it snowed the next day, Al. And it snowed the next
50,
day.
That's cold.
It did. It definitely did.
Cold. That's freezing for me.
That's freezing for me. Weather playing golf. You supposed to be in nice weather playing golf, right?
Well, of course, Johnny, you down there with the retired people.
That's freezing. That's freezing for me. That's frozen. I ain't even going outside at 50-degree weather. You crazy?
So if Craig and Ralph talking about doing it, man, we can make it happen, man.
All right, well, don't run, because we right here. You know where to find us right here on Goat James Kingdom.
But I am disappointed in you, Ralph, that you think none of your boys can actually come up here and talk the GOAT debate. I'm disappointed in that.
What?
They can't.
None of his boys that come on the show could talk the GOAT debate, and Alfred knows it. He knows it. That's why he didn't want them
any
over
of my
there.
boys?
Yo, you only got one
Alfred
guy.
boy.
Oh,
you
my
got one
boys?
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Alfred boy.
Yeah, he knows. He
well,
knows.
you know, Brian
Boys too,
DeLosa.
though.
Hold on. You know Brian DeLosa is a pastor, so you know Sundays ain't gonna work for him.
I'm just saying we can do it on a different day, but he's afraid to come on. He's afraid.
I will send that message to him because
he's afraid.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's
okay. I don't know if he would. I don't know if he would actually
Sunday at 6.
to put in the work too, but I will send that message to him.
They're all afraid, Alfred. All of them.
And
Hey,
right
I'm
now,
probably- hey,
all of them.
and I solemnly swear, and so will Brandon, we will not make any clips on you guys.
No, I'm making clips of those losers.
Yeah, y'all. You know from the clips.
Every last one I get.
Good.
That's why
See,
they're
it's not
afraid to come
me.
on.
I keep
That's
telling
why-
y'all Brandon is worse than me. I keep telling y'all Brandon is worse than me.
I don't
keep
know,
thinking,
man.
alright,
You be
y'all.
you be Johnny be having movie clips next to the clip. Hold on, man. You know how to clip something up real good, my brother.
That's Brandon. Too, y'all don't. It's not just me.
Are y'all
Trust
working
me.
as a team? That's good.
Yeah, because we LeBron fans. That's what we do. We work as a team.
I need to go to some of these Michael Jordan pages and send them y'all stuff.
They're afraid too. We tried. We bet on there.
All they're gonna do is block you. All they're gonna do is block you.
They said they don't want to see us
They in
anymore.
my page. I don't block them.
They don't want to see us anymore. They already said it. They got together as a group and said, "No way."
They said
Not
no
again.
mas.
Facebook, Brandon.
They said no mas, Brandon.
Rob, they don't even let me post in your group, Rob. They be removing my post.
Who be removing your post? Nobody remove your post. I don't do it.
No, I know you're not the
don't
one who
do
do
it
it. Yeah, I know you're not the one who do it, but you know you got a couple of Zesty Jeffries.
Because I think what Al and Craig
I don't
moderators.
and I don't remove it either.
Yeah,
so
I know.
it-
I know. Yeah,
All
no, I know
I
it's not
get
you.
is-
It's not
all
you
I get
guys.
is
It's fine.
People be reporting people posts.
Yeah,
Between,
all the
if it's
time.
a Jordan post, somebody report it, and then they'll go post a LeBron post, and it's like they
The
back
only
and forth.
time I
reporting
remove it if it doesn't have if it's not basketball related.
Or if it's not about Michael. I only send stuff to y'all when it's about Michael. I never post LeBron stuff in your group. It's a Michael
I don't
page.
care what. As long as it's about basketball, that's all I care about if you post it.
That's true. No, but I'm just saying when I post, it's usually making fun of
If you're
Michael.
being egregious and talking stupid, then I'll remove that. But if it's basketball related and it's facts, I'm not gonna remove it.
Alfred, do not worry because when we come on Wednesday, we're gonna let y'all know how y'all afraid of us.
See, I told you guys. Y'all thought I was bad. I keep
I'll let
telling
y'all
y'all thought I was bad, but my partner over here, this man's a savage. This man's ruthless.
Hey Al, don't worry, I'm gonna be in touch with you.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go. Y'all need to team
you
up.
gotta have
Y'all
to
need
get
team
Ralph
up.
and Craig because you know no one else. Those are the only two.
Don't get
Oh,
Travis.
no.
Travis will mess it all up. Travis will mess it all up. Don't get Travis. Don't get Travis. Travis will
Like
mess
I
it all
said,
up.
only Ralph
I
and
got
Craig.
some heavy hitters
You
in
don't
the
know no one else.
tuck, I really do.
No, you don't.
I do.
Mark and Glock ain't helping nobody, so good job with that.
I'll holler at y'all, man. Great show,
All right,
bro.
see
I've been letting you know that off the
All right,
top.
thanks, Jared.
Mark
Thanks
is a
for
good
that.
dude. Shout out to
Thanks
Mark.
for
Shout
that.
out to Mark. I ain't got no issues with Mark. I always got respect for Mark. But if those are your two options, Ralph, good luck with them as well. Yeah, I'm still waiting for your criteria. Y'all was supposed to come up with one. Y'all don't got one. I gave y'all one the other day. Y'all need to use that one. That's the only one y'all can use.
What?
Michael Jordan is the most championships as a first option player. That's the only GOAT criteria y'all
Best player
can
on the
use.
championship team?
No, being the best player on the championship team is Bill Russell. Bill Russell was the best player on the Celtics, sir. Nobody was better than him. Not one player. For majority of the championships. 1958 to 1966, Bill Russell was the best player on the Celtics. He was. But that's fine. Again, that one don't work. But the first option works for you because guess what? Bill Russell's not a first option. So that works for you there.
That's another conversation for another day.
I've had that. I went on Vision Live and I had both Mark and Glock and them acting crazy over it. They couldn't handle it. They were upset. First time I got Mark upset. I didn't ever think I could do that, but Mark was upset.
You can piss off anybody. What are we talking about?
Nah. No.
You done pissed me off at one point.
I have. But y'all gotta stop with this SD Jeffrey logic. Even you said it, man. I don't think like that no more. Like you just said, 2.5 years later, you different.
Retire that Zesty Jeffrey.
I can't, man. I can't, man.
I'm saying like how the way I was when the last time.
You gotta retire that after I got a whole R&B song serenading LeBron.
No, my problem.
I got a peel on out, fellas.
Shout out to you, Ralph. No, man. I just don't like
songs out there. It's crazy.
So they got a whole Apple album.
Yeah, because LeBron's the GOAT. That's what you do when you have the GOAT, bro. When you have the GOAT.
All I know is if somebody came singing Michael Jordan for 5 minutes, that I wouldn't get it.
What?
The end of it.
R. Kelly, sir. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about him every night and day. Spread my wings and buy some J's.
Definitely not a Michael Jordan.
I can believe I can soar. See me running through that open floor. I believe I can fly. Well, you really think R. Kelly, who's one of the biggest Michael Jordan fans out there, didn't write that song for Jordan?
And say R. Kelly wrote a song about Michael Jordan with his.
He did.
I don't think that's how that song works.
Of the song.
That's
he definitely didn't write about Jordan. That's cool though.
All right, I believe I can fly. It's not about Michael Jordan. Wait a minute. I believe I can fly. It's not about Michael Jordan and Space Jam. It's a Space Jam soundtrack. It is the main song for the movie.
I'm confused about that. Y'all saying it's a Space Jam soundtrack song.
It's the movie theme song. It's the movie's theme song.
But at the end of the movie, they got the Seal song, "Fly Like an Eagle." Those are Jordan songs.
That's all Jordan. They weren't saying shoot jumpers. They weren't talking about shooting.
About to dunk the ball.
And wait a minute. I had Travis basically in tears when I played the Gatorade commercial.
Wanna be.
Now that's a Michael Jordan song. That's a commercial.
So is these LeBron songs. All these songs are not a minute long. They're all like a minute and a half long. They're not even real songs.
I said,
they made a song for Michael Jordan's burger. They made a song for his
Hey, Johnny, let him know. I'm talking about the man on the Lakers.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
We got West Coast in the building, GOAT James Kingdom member, and we also got P5 here. Let's let West Coast get his take in. You hear what we were talking. Obviously, everybody's always excited when the Lakers lose, but they're never feeling good when the Lakers win. How do you feel after the Lakers game last night, sir?
Man, hey, I had people in the Discord telling me, hey, the sky is falling. You better cancel all your bets. I'm like, yo, relax. The Bulls had one hell of a game. Props to them. But the Lakers over the last month have been changing their starting five and their rotation like crazy. Think about it. LeBron got injured. Luka's been getting rested. Rui's coming off an injury. Jackson Hayes coming off an injury. So there's been a bunch of movement with the pieces, right? Once they get some continuity with these next 2-3 games, they're about to start firing again on all cylinders. Then all the haters are going to talk about OKC again. The goalpost is going to get moved from the sky is falling to, oh man, OKC's going to slap y'all in the playoffs. Just wait. So I'm cool with it.
So you're good. So you feel comfortable, right? You still believe a parade on
Yeah,
Crenshaw, right?
I'm fine, man. Hey, LeBron is barely getting healthy again. Like, we got the GOAT and we got the future GOAT. Like, I have nothing to fear.
Yeah. P5 was good, man. Thank you for joining us, man. Again, we were having a great conversation about basketball. At least some of us are. But again, we were talking about the
future
GOAT,
man.
The future,
but keep going the way, Johnny.
Yeah, you said the future GOAT. Again, LeBron's just balling out, and then we're gonna have a great. I mean, this is a great NBA season in general. But what do you think about how Chicago played yesterday? And does this show that the Lakers truly have a kink in their armor? They're not as good as some of us Lakers and LeBron fans feel.
I mean, to be quite honest, I didn't watch the Bulls game last night, but listening to y'all talk, it just sounds like they had a great shooting night, and they scored 140 points. I don't know how often the Bulls are going to do that against anybody. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. But no, I'm not all that worried about it. The Lakers have been going through some injury stuff, and they're starting to get back healthy again. And I'm sure they'll be fine when the playoffs come around. So I mean,
Do I think they'll be a championship team like the West Coast probably does? No, but I mean the Lakers. My expectations for them in the playoffs hasn't changed at all. So.
And that expectation is what? Is it?
It should be my expectation the second round. If they make it to the conference finals, I'd be I think that'd be pretty. It'd be a little surprising to me if they made it to the conference finals. A little bit, just a little bit. But if they made it to the finals, that would shock me. But that's just me. That's just where I stand on the Lakers.
Oh, you're not the only one. There's some people that don't believe they can make the finals. I'm all the way in. They're going all the way. Here we go. Listen,
listen.
They could.
Parade on Crenshaw. Parade on Crenshaw.
Willie, you've been talking real reckless in the comments, brother. Yes, I talked about Mr. Mark Mez. I've talked about Glock and Mark. I'm not scared of those dudes. They have an opportunity to come here just like I have an opportunity to go to their live. Just because I'm not trying to sit around waiting to join a TikTok live to argue with dudes who can't even show stuff like I'm doing now, where y'all are just going to sit there and lie. And there ain't nobody scared, my friend. If they want to have it, they know when to send me an invite, and I'll show up when I got time. I don't have time to be waiting on somebody on TikTok lives. Those dudes' channels don't grow. They don't make no money on those lives. I don't care what they tell me. They don't make enough money on those lives. I watch it. If you want to make money on those lives, you got to have 300, 400, 500 people watching. They be having 15 people watching, 20 people watching, 30 people watching. You ain't making no money there, brother. So, and it's the same people. Again, they could come here and get exposed, or they can have their own channel and bring us on. Tell me a time and date. You do this since you're the Zesty Jeffrey that communicates with the GJK City Girl Groupie Posse. Go tell Vision a time and date. Go tell Glock a time and date. Go tell Mark a time and date, and I will be there. Tell them to tell me when they want me to show up for a full-out debate, whether it's about Michael Jordan and LeBron, whether it's about LeBron, whether it's about me, whatever they want to talk about. I will be there. Ain't nobody scared of none of y'all. I've been told y'all this. Y'all the cowards who stay safe in the comments. At least, that's why I like Mingo Jester. Mingo Jester shows up no matter what happens. He told me the other day I'm an asshole, but guess what? He's still here today because Mingo Jester likes talking basketball. Shout out to Mingo Jester. Thank you for joining us. Now here goes another person who will agree with Brandon that's on the other side of the tracks. What's good, Mingo Jester? The Lakers were lazy as hell last night, wasn't it?
That was terrible last night. I don't know. But when you got Josh Giddy out there about to get a quadruple double, bro, something is seriously wrong. Josh Giddy almost had a quadruple double last night. He had like 8 steals. He was 2 steals away from having a quadruple double. I was like, wait a minute. And I had to wipe my eyes because I thought I was seeing things. I was like, is that what he do? He really almost got a quadruple. He almost got a quadruple double. This is insane. Then I started looking at LeBron stats, looking at Luka's stats. Man, I don't know if the Lakers got a high LeBron and not LeBron. They got a high Luka and Austin Reeves on defense. I don't know if JJ Redick got to come up with some type of scheme to like hide these guys in DHL, and all these guys got to cover. I don't know what's got to happen, but they got to do better on defense. I don't know what you call that. That ain't defense. I don't know what the hell that was. And if they play like that in the playoffs, they're not even getting out the first round. I'm telling you that now. And I'm saying it. If they play defense like that in the playoffs, anywhere, anytime, yeah, they're going to lose in the first round. It's over with. They ain't doing that. They ain't doing that.
No, obviously, yeah. You can't give up 140 points and think you're going to do anything. That's facts. That's obvious. But again, the Lakers don't play like this on a regular basis. That was just what happened last night.
I think what it is, I just think it's just a regular season game where a team has a really great shooting night and it's being, what's the word I'm looking for? Blown up because it's the Lakers and they have Luka and LeBron on their team and they lost. That's why it's getting blown up. That's what it is.
No, the real problem is that we should be saying
all
is
the playoff teams is like I said, is going to be looking at their roster for the playoffs. So you're going to have playoff teams lose to teams like this because they're trying to, figure out their roster for the playoffs. We did in April. You won't see.
Thank you. That's a fact.
I don't think no one's saying that this loss is going to cause them to not win in the playoffs. It's just one game. It's just one game that they didn't show up to play.
No, but I think so. Or I don't know because I haven't watched it all the time. But what it sounds like, has anyone? So you just said like no one's tried to make it sound like the Lakers aren't good defensively or whatever because of this.
I don't think no one's
No,
said that.
Billy, there are people out there who genuinely think that because of last night's game, that like the playoff teams are gonna get film and the Lakers are screwed. Trust me, those people are out there.
I mean, those the haters that say LeBron James is not a top 50 player. Yes, they're going to say this. Like the ridiculous people are going to say this, but nobody with sense is saying that this is the reason Lakers not going to win a title or not going to be good in the playoffs. Just one game.
Willie is really flexing his muscles. Dang, I mean. If I ain't never seen Glaze before, damn, Willie, shit. I mean, that's
hilarious. So now we have to have millions of views to outperform somebody who gets 10, 15 views on a TikTok live? 20 views on a TikTok live?
Damn.
Oh man.
Like that's what we doing, bruh?
Yeah.
I think Willie has like a flexing money fetish. Like he just wants to find any reason to throw money.
No,
Willie
because this is what this is what y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand.
He told
Y'all
me
don't
he got
understand.
more money than me and don't even know me.
Yeah, listen, y'all don't understand.
told me that.
When they're
he
in
said
their
that like-
circle,
he said that
again,
like 3 weeks
TikTok is their savior point. They can be on TikTok for 5 hours, talking the game of basketball, arguing with LeBron fans all day long, and TikTok will give them like 4 or 5 clips of that particular live, and they use those with if it's a good one to reiterate. Nobody remembers anything they say. Their whole content is predicated on sitting on TikTok. That's why they're not on YouTube. I've been told, Mark, come to YouTube, bro. If you really want to have a content creating channel and you want to talk the game of basketball, come to YouTube where you could actually talk the game of basketball. You can still have your TikTok page and still do everything you're doing on TikTok, but take it here to YouTube. But they can't do that because in YouTube everything's recorded. Once they go live or once they make a video, it's all recorded. And they get exposed by that. That's why he's telling me go over there, because when I exposed them like I did the last time I was over there, just like I told Ralph, and I exposed them because they don't talk basketball. The last 2 times I went on Visions Live, I exposed him. He does the same thing they always do, like Brandon Katz did on Friday Night Exposure. Ask you a hypothetical question, then tell you you can't talk basketball because you didn't answer the hypothetical question the way they think you're supposed to answer.
That man said Reggie Miller is better than Paul George.
Huh?
Shit, y'all do the same thing to me all the time. Ask me a hypothetical question and don't like my answer.
I don't ask hypothetical questions.
Yes, y'all do.
No, yeah, Brandon does. Brandon loves to ask hypothetical questions. Brandon loves to ask hypothetical questions.
Hold on. So somebody said that Reggie Miller is better than Paul George?
Brandon Katz came on here and said, 1998 Reggie Miller was better than 2013 and 2014 Paul George.
Oh no, I was here for that. That was wild, bro.
Y'all talking like Reggie Miller was just a scrub or something. Like, what
no,
are we doing?
That's not.
But he's not.
Paul George,
He's,
rookie though. Man, he's
Huh?
right better than rookie Paul George. Baby.
Like, what are we talking about? Y'all got acting like Paul George is like.
Paul George is better than Reggie.
Paul George was a good wing defender and a good shooter. He was a better defender and a better shooter.
Paul George is a better basketball player than Reggie Miller. Yes.
I mean, you can say that, but that don't make it true.
He accomplished more than Reggie Miller. He does more than Reggie Miller.
Yes. Mingle Jester.
Player wise, we're not talking about team. Player wise. Talking about player wise.
Well, he is on the team.
Hey Johnny, let me holler at Mingle Jester real quick. Mingle Jester.
Yes, and the 2014 Pacers are better than the 1998 Pacers. Yes.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Mingle Jester. Paul George. Prime Paul George. Mingle Jester was a better wing defender, and he's a better shooter. Like he accomplished more as well. Yes, across the board. Yes.
Okay then. All right then. You got that. You got that.
He was the third runner-up for MVP in OKC.
You got that. Nah, you got that. You got that. Y'all got that. You got that. I ain't even arguing that no more. You got that.
No, yeah, Mingle Jester. All you gotta do is look it up. It's not even just stats. He has the accolades, and he almost got. He was so close to getting, or not. Well, he was up there for MVP, but his accolades, his stats, and his skill set.
No, don't explain nothing. They don't care about stats. Mingle Jester just feels that there's no way you're going to make somebody better than Reggie Miller just because you want to say that. In his mind, it's all predicated on hypotheticals. It's a hypothetical. It doesn't make no sense.
Hypothetical.
Because you can't prove Reggie Miller's better in any way. You can't.
Ask you, is it team wise or is it stats, like individually wise?
We're talking about players.
That.
I don't know what teams have to do with players. I really don't know what that has to do with players. We're talking about
the players on the team, man. What you mean you don't know what players got to do with the team? Like, what kind of mess is that?
One player don't make a team.
But a player make a team because the individual is on the team. What are you saying?
Yeah, but one individual don't make the team though. That's the whole point. So we're not talking about the team.
But
Wait, Wait. Let's do this. Hold on.
Yes or no?
Listen, they're playing as a team.
What are you talking about?
Reggie Miller as a player isn't better than Paul George as a player. The Indiana Pacers of 1998 are not a better team than the 2014 Pacers.
I mean, you can say that, but that don't make it true.
I
got stats and accolades and stuff to prove that.
Better than Reggie Miller, but y'all don't like my criteria.
I don't like your criteria at all. I don't like your criteria at all.
Paul George better than Reggie Miller, but y'all don't like
Paul George.
I don't like your criteria at all.
Paul George is better than Reggie Miller in every aspect of the game besides catch and shoot. That's really it. And free
Reggie
throws.
Miller can't shoot off the dribble.
Exactly. Reggie Miller can't shoot off the dribble at all. Like, what are we talking about?
Reggie Miller can't 360 windmill.
That's what I mean. Like Mingle Jester, go back and look at prime Paul George, like prime Paul George, like the Mingle Jester. The Timu Paul George that we have now is nowhere near what he used to be. Like this Timu Paul George is not what he used to be at all.
Like I didn't watch Paul George. You're talking to me like I'm 12. What's wrong with you?
You thinking Reggie Miller?
No. I didn't say you didn't watch. I didn't say you didn't watch Mingle Jester. All I'm telling you is you must have forgot
your career. I know what Paul George did in his career. You don't have to tell me that. I know what Paul George did in his career. I know he went up against the Miami, LeBron led Miami Heat and took them to 7 games, and I know all about all that. I saw all that.
Yeah, but don't forget that he was in the Western Conference playing against Phoenix without Kawhi too.
I saw when he broke his leg. I saw all that.
Again, Paul George is better than Reggie Miller, and there's nothing you can say to make Reggie Miller better other than nostalgia and zesty Jeffrey logic.
Hey, all I'm telling you is Reggie Miller was a hell of a player. That's all I'm saying.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody's
talking like Reggie Miller was just not.
He just not. Yeah, we talking about him like he's not as good as Paul George. That's how we talking about him. Yes.
I don't know. Hey, it is what it is. Everybody got their opinion.
I have a question to the panel.
I don't have opinions. I have nothing but facts.
Salute.
Everybody got their opinion.
Hold on, wait. Let's let Brent get his take. Go ahead. Don't ask a question to the panel, please. Ask a question directed to Brandon and I, please.
Yeah, I just want to first come here and say, based on what the topic was about the Lakers, just wanted to get that out the way first. I just think they were out of sync. I think when you come in playing basketball, I just think you got to be ready. I just think they inserted LeBron, the Vando, Rui Hachimura, they brought him back off the bench, and I just think they played out of sync because those guys weren't ready. And I think when you come and you play, like football any given Sunday, you got to, you lace your shoes up and you got to take care of business. And they let one slip. This was the worst whooping that we took all year. And I think, slap in the face. I think this was a rude awakening. Like, hey, we got to take care of business with seeding the last couple of games of the season. Next game, come out, take care of business. You got Rockets on a win streak. Teams are losing below the first and second seed, so we got to take care of business. Get in there, stop playing around. Our defense, we had 21 turnovers. I mean, they pretty much outplayed us, the Bulls, in every stat category. I understand Luka had 30-something points, Austin Reeves 25, but Luka could have had 50, and we still could have got our butts whipped. We got to take care of business when those games matter. That Milwaukee game, I felt like the bench played, what I'm saying, that like the role players, they had more effort in that game yesterday. Bronny and them, they came out and they competed. Nobody expected them to win, but the effort was there, what I'm saying? So I felt like, on that note. But as far as this Reggie Miller and, Paul George,
No conversation. It's Paul George. Like
I
you really gotta.
I want to look at Paul George's. First of all, I want to talk about Paul George's injury. That was crazy. You know, I mean, a lot like I mean that pretty much messed him up. But
really.
I'm not gonna give him an excuse, right? When you look at like the Pacers icon, Miller, and his 15 playoff appearances compared to what Paul George has done with the Pacers, his his 5 All-Star game appearances, and Paul George only had he only had like 2, multiple. And you just look at the longevity, 18 years of Reggie Miller.
Paul George is a nine-time All-Star.
Well, I'm just saying multiple. It's multiple. But I'm just saying, like, the things that Reggie Miller has done for the Pacers organization, if we base it on the Pacers organization, right? Because he was a Pacer. But when you talk about Paul George, PG-13 in his career, and the teams that he's played on, he played for OKC. You know what I'm saying? He played for all, these teams. He was a traveler. He played for the Clippers, right? Him and Kawhi, when I remember it was like midnight, real late when the Clippers got him, right? Everybody's like, yeah, championship, right? He went to the Clippers. It didn't work out with the Clippers, right? And then he, like he had all these implications of just this great player. And then now he's in the Sixers. He's battled injuries. So I mean, it depends on what you're basing on. He's a great player. He's got. I think his moves. I mean, it depends on what you're talking about as great. So I can't really vote for Paul George versus Reggie or Reggie versus Paul, because it depends on. I mean, they're really, to me, 2 different players, because Reggie was pretty much a 3-point shooter, spot up, kind of, and Paul George had.
That's what it was. That's it.
Right.
That's what he was. That's
Right.
it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why he's not better. That's why he's not better than Paul George.
And Paul
That's
George
it.
Basketball so
can
difficult
I
to
finish?
understand. We
Can I
made
finish?
basketball so difficult to understand today. I mean,
Hey, bro, he said he ain't finished it though.
Can I just finish my take?
I mean,
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish, please, guys. Let him finish, please. Let him finish,
I don't
please.
want to take up his time. I don't want to take. I ain't come over here to argue with anybody or anything like that. I'm just saying, to me, Paul George has better moves to the basket. He can get his own shot. You know what I'm saying? Like he got the 3-point shot. He's like 6'9". He was special. I remember when Danny Granger got injured. And I know you. I knew you laughing, but you remember Danny Granger, right?
Yeah.
You know why I'm laughing? You know why I'm laughing, brother? This is why I'm laughing.
I'm agreeing with what you're about to say.
No, you asked us what are we trying to use to say Paul George is better than Reggie Miller, right?
Right.
Whether we use the eye test, whether we use stats, whether we use accolades, whatever we use,
right?
Paul George is a better basketball
He's an all-around
player.
better. That's what I'm saying.
Better than Reggie Miller. That's my point. So that's the argument.
That's the question. Yeah.
And there's nothing about saying that is knocking Reggie Miller, other than the concept of holding on to a zesty Jeffrey logic of how great the 90s was, to correlate that into the idea that Michael Jordan played in a tough era, which is also tougher than the era that Paul George is in, which is LeBron's era. So the logic is we can't make Paul George legitimately better than Reggie, because what does that truly say of the GOAT debate?
Yeah, that's why I said he trying to listen to the GOAT debate.
So that's why no, I got this one, boy. Again, that's why I say zesty Jeffrey logic must be annihilated, destroyed, completely put into the burial chamber, because like John just said, y'all are making basketball harder than what it is. It's not that hard. So zesty Jeffrey logic needs to get thrown away. And here in GOAT James Kingdom, we have the perfect place for them.
Welcome to Zesty Jeffrey Cemetery, where we have identified, marked, and cataloged all Zesty Jeffreys for their final resting spot. No longer will you hear Zesty Jeffrey logic like 6-0 and the toughest era ever. This is where all of that ends, right here at Zesty Jeffrey Cemetery. Subscribe to the GOAT James Kingdom channel, and also check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership.
So when you show up on GOAT James Kingdom, remember this one thing. What is a zesty Jeffrey logic or not? Because you don't want to show up here saying something zesty. That's all I'm saying.
For one, with me, I don't think the 90s is the best era. I actually think the 2000s is the best era. That's number one. First of all, let's go ahead and get that on out the way. The 2000, anywhere in the 2000, I don't care where you go, from 2000 to 2009 is the best era to me. Now, let's just, because I think it's the most talent. That was the most talent. That was the most defense. That was the most everything in that time period right there. That was the best brand of basketball in that time period, in my opinion.
But somehow you got Michael Jordan as the GOAT.
I got Michael Jordan the GOAT because to me, Michael Jordan had the best outcome of his career, in my opinion. In my opinion, Michael Jordan had the best outcome to his career.
Not more than Kobe.
That's why I say Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time.
I'm not sleeping on Kareem. Like, I understand.
Not more than Kobe.
I'm not sleeping on Kareem. Kareem's second on my list. How am I sleeping on Kareem? Kareem is second. I got Mike first, Kareem second.
What about Bill Russell because of the time he played?
I mean, a lot of people say the time he played. He played in the 60s. Hell, I wouldn't even thought about it in the 60s.
Man,
see, look.
That's crazy.
But,
this is what they like to use. This is the logic they like to use. Hey, Johnny, when did Paul George lead a team to the NBA Finals? When did Michael Jordan lead a team to the second round without Scottie Pippen?
Yeah.
Like Scottie Pippen did.
Bro, come on, he was on the team.
Exactly. I mean, Pippen did it with New York.
I've seen Pippen do it. I've never seen Jordan do it. Pippen did it in Portland as well. I've never seen Jordan do it.
Sure did.
Never seen Jordan do it.
Pippen ain't leading nothing nowhere in Portland. Stop it.
He also got swept.
How good that Portland team was.
He led a team for, again. Okay. Listen, pay attention, Mingo Jester. The comment was when did Paul George lead a team to the finals? Meaning because Paul George never led a team to the finals the way Reggie Miller did, he cannot be better than Reggie Miller. So, under the same logic, how is Michael Jordan better than Scottie Pippen when Jordan couldn't lead a team past the first round and Scottie could?
Michael Jordan did lead a team past the first round.
Yeah, with Scottie Pippen.
Without Scottie Pippen. Before Scottie Pippen came in the NBA.
And Scottie Pippen was on average like 8 points. That was like Scottie Pippen had just got to the league in like 88, 89. He was like a second-year player.
Scottie Pippen was the player of. Scottie Pippen was the player of the game and the first clinching game.
Bro, y'all gotta stop, bro. That's nonsense. Come on, bro. We ain't doing that. Stop it. We're not doing that, bro. Come on now. Y'all gotta be smarter than that.
The Bulls lost back-to-back games, and they put Scottie Pippen in the starting lineup for the Bulls to have. That's the adjustment they made to play better.
He was like a second, third-year player.
No, he was a rookie.
He was a rookie that year.
Y'all serious right now?
Yeah, it was 1988. He was drafted in 87.
Again, when did Michael Jordan lead any team without Scottie Pippen? He never did it without Scottie Pippen.
The question was, when did Paul George lead a team to the finals? They didn't mix.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro just brought up Kareem. Hold on a minute.
Meaning,
one of the guys just said, when did Michael Jordan pass Kareem?
I get what your
Kareem never won the ring. Kareem won 5 championships with Magic.
He's talking about. Hold on, let correct. They're talking about going further. That's
it.
it.
Bringing up players as to why Jordan couldn't get further. He didn't bring up a player as to why Paul George didn't get further. Exactly. He didn't say why did Paul George couldn't make the finals without a teammate. You're bringing up a teammate for Jordan. That's
because Jordan couldn't, because Scottie Pippen. It's not two different scenarios.
That's a lie, bro. That's a dumb logic what y'all come with right there.
Again, the question is, when did Michael Jordan lead a team to the finals without Scottie Pippen?
Yeah, without Scottie Pippen. Without Scottie Pippen. Yeah, because Scottie Pippen did it without him. No, because I'm using Scottie Pippen in the same manner. Because I'm using Scottie Pippen as well. I'm using Scottie Pippen without Mike. I'm using. Damn, that's what I'm saying. Golly, bro, y'all just be wanting to argue.
You want to be arguing to argue?
No, I'm pointing out a zesty Jeffrey logic, and you want to defend it.
I'm not defending the logic. I'm defending your analogy.
That means you're defending the logic, because my analogy is to debunk the logic. So So if you're debunking my analogy, that means you're basically defending his.
Because you're picking or you're making your analogy different.
I'm showing you how stupid the logic is, because if we do that, that means Scottie Pippen was more successful than Jordan. Because when they both didn't have each other, Scottie was more successful.
So why are you bringing up Jordan in the question about?
Because he doesn't agree with it if I bring up Jordan. That's why. I got to make sure I bring up Jordan, because they don't do it for Jordan.
I'll be bringing up LeBron's 4th year making it to the finals all the fucking time.
Who brought up LeBron here? Nobody's talking about LeBron here. We're talking about Zesty Jeffrey logic.
Nobody was talking about Jordan.
Yes, we're talking about a Zesty Jeffrey, though.
Nobody ain't talking about Jordan, though, but you just randomly bring up Jordan out of nowhere.
Okay, here we go again. I'm going to repeat myself. Wait. No, I will repeat myself. I will repeat myself. The reason we cannot acknowledge Paul George being a better player than Reggie Miller is to insinuate that Jordan's era is greater than LeBron's era. And by doing such means Jordan was better than LeBron. The whole point of him bringing up Paul George not taking a team to the finals, although they use that same logic to say why somebody choked, Reggie can make the finals and be praised, but LeBron can make the finals and be discredited.
True.
You guys have to stop defending Zesty Jeffries and stop it. That's why he's saying this. So again, if Paul George cannot be better than Reggie Miller, because Reggie Miller took his team further than Paul George ever did, then I can do the same thing for Michael and Scottie. Because
about Michael, that's my whole thing. It's Reggie Miller and Paul George. You want to bring everything about Michael Jordan.
He's creating a logic. It's a logic, man.
Because when I bring up Michael Jordan, because see, look, this is why I start yelling. This is why I start yelling, because you didn't let me finish. Go ahead, Craig. I'll wait till you're done, Craig, please, because I want to be polite to you. Please go ahead.
Why I brought up LeBron? When you asked me why I brought up LeBron, and I'm asking you why you brought up Jordan.
Okay, I brought up Jordan because once
the same thing you said against you. You said why did I bring up LeBron? Why you bring up Jordan?
Again, I brought up Jordan because once you bring up Jordan. No, go ahead, Craig. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Man, y'all crazy.
No,
because I don't want to yell at Craig. I don't want to. I've yelled at Brandon all day. I don't want to yell at Craig. Go ahead, Craig. Finish up. So when it's my turn, please. I know you're not going to interrupt me. Please.
I'm just saying. You asking me why I brought up LeBron. Why you bringing up Jordan? And you want to say because it's about the GOAT debate. It's between Paul George and Reggie Miller. You could use a lot of players that went to the finals. You could say Jason Kidd. He led a team to the finals and lost. But you brought up Jordan. When someone bring up LeBron, we're not talking about LeBron.
But I think
no, Juan boy, no. Stop. I can defend myself. Are you done, Craig?
And I'm not a LeBron hater. I think I'm just using this, like he said, the logic. Go ahead.
All right.
I brought up Michael Jordan because I know once I bring up Michael Jordan under the same circumstance, under the same scenarios, that logic will no longer bode well for this same individual. The same individual here who's telling me that we need to make Reggie Miller better than Paul George won't accept making Pippen better than Michael Jordan under the same circumstances. So the point of me bringing up Michael Jordan is to actually point out how flawed this Zesty Jeffrey logic is. So now I ask you, Craig, what was the point of bringing up LeBron James again?
The same thing. Because the same logic that y'all the question they asked. How many people said LeBron took Jordan, his team to the finals his 4th season? What did Jordan do his 4th season? So it's the same logic. Y'all said LeBron's 4th season is better than Jordan's 4th season because he made the finals. And y'all know what Jordan did individually in '88. But y'all said LeBron had a better season because he led his team to the finals. So again, is that not?
It's the same logic, but they're gonna.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not the same logic.
Right, because it's the same thing. Hey, Johnny, what's the difference? It's the same thing.
Let me fucking explain. But go ahead, Craig. You still got something to say. Go ahead.
I said. So who had a better 4th year, LeBron or Jordan?
Wasn't Jordan's 4th year his MVP season? Wasn't Jordan's 4th year his MVP season?
Yes.
Jordan had a better individual season. LeBron had a better team successful season.
That's not what was said when we had this conversation a little
Yes, that
time
was.
ago.
That's what we said. No, again, when we had this
We
conversation a
have
long time
always
ago.
said Jordan's season was better than LeBron's fourth season.
Thank
That
you.
has
We just said
never
that.
been something we said. Yeah.
We just said that LeBron could lead his team to the finals that year, and Jordan
Yeah, the
couldn't.
Spurs. Yeah, he went to the finals against. Yeah.
That's it. That doesn't
So
make LeBron
the
James.
thing was LeBron at age 22 was better than Jordan at age 22.
Exactly.
That's what it was. Not fourth season to fourth season.
Right.
Not individually, he wasn't.
Oh boy.
Individually, he
That's
was
why I asked that
better
question.
than Michael Jordan
Hey,
at
Johnny.
age 22.
Is that the year he
Hey,
scored?
Johnny, that's
all
why I
that
asked you that
30-something in the
question when we
morning?
first started. What is we talking about? Is we talking about team or is we talking about individual? That's why I asked that question from the jump.
Jordan
Before I started talking.
Jordan at 22 years old played 17 games. Yes, LeBron James was better at 22 than Jordan at
He
22.
injured. Yeah, he injured. Didn't he just break his leg or something like that?
Because y'all don't know what y'all seriously saying. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all just want to argue. Y'all just want to argue. Like that's why I asked Craig this, because what Craig is bringing up has nothing to do with making LeBron James better than Jordan. We've never sat here and said we never sat here and said LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan because he took the team to the finals in 2007 and Jordan didn't in 1988. We've never said this.
I didn't say you said that. I said what that y'all use is he does what he did in the fourth season. He did what he did against Detroit, what he did that whole playoff run, and y'all used 2018 too.
Yeah, because Zesty Jeffries used the logic that no matter what you do statistically or during the season, doesn't matter if you don't win. So when we're just talking about winning,
That ain't true.
LeBron James, it is true. That's
no,
what they
I'm just
do.
saying I'm saying what he said is not true.
Exactly. Nobody does that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all
Nobody
always
does
do
that,
this. This and y'all wonder why I get upset. Y'all put words in our mouths.
I'm gonna
Y'all
go
make.
back, I'm gonna
Please
go back
do.
on the shows.
Please
I
do.
It was on the episode. We had this whole thing about what that season.
Okay.
And y'all
That's
said,
you know what.
Remember this because y'all mentioned it.
Please
Had
do.
this whole conversation about the fourth year, and y'all all said team success was more important than what Jordan did that season. It's because it was about the team. It's about what the team does.
We mentioned Jordan choking in the playoffs in '88.
What happened?
Say that again. I'm sorry. You kind of went out there.
We mentioned Jordan choking in the playoffs in '88.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely.
And that was the reason LeBron had a better season because he quote unquote didn't choke.
I was about to say you actually making this
And
point.
that's what y'all,
No, we have never said that. That's what we're saying. Like we have never said that.
No one is saying that Reggie Miller didn't have a better season in 2000 than Paul George ever had as far as team success because Paul George never made the finals. No one's saying that. That's the point. No one is saying that. No one's saying that Reggie Miller taking his team to the finals wasn't a more successful season than any Paul George season. We're saying that Paul George is a better player than Reggie Miller, and the fact that he didn't take a team to the finals doesn't make Reggie Miller better. That's the point.
And
LeBron James is better than Jordan, not because of taking his team to the finals. LeBron is better than Jordan because of all the things LeBron does on the basketball court.
Yeah,
we
he's
have to
overall.
talk about have to talk about team success because Jordan's team success is all they have. They have to talk about Michael Jordan.
That's all we got. That's a lot.
Yes, that is true because you can't without 6-0 you can't make Jordan the GOAT.
And
There's
you
nothing
know,
to make Jordan
he
the
got
GOAT.
more. He got more league MVPs. He got more Finals MVPs.
That doesn't
He
make
got
Jordan the
more-
GOAT.
That doesn't make him better.
That doesn't make Jordan
But
the
he has
GOAT.
more. Though. You say that's the only thing we got is the team success. That's a lot.
Yes. That doesn't make Jordan better than anybody because you're not going to put Kareem over
He's
Jordan
not-
because he has
he's not-
six
Jordan's not an old pro.
MVPs.
Man,
You're not
Kareem
gonna-
ain't got nothing to do with this. We talking about LeBron.
Yes,
and Jordan.
what's again? See, look, back to the Zesty Jeffrey logic. You cannot tell me
Nothing to
that
do with
5
this. We're talking about LeBron and Jordan.
because it has something to do with it because you don't recognize MVPs.
Bro, you keep moving the goalposts. You keep
No,
talking about
you're
LeBron
moving the
and Jordan.
goalposts. If you're gonna use MVPs, then you must use MVPs across the board. You can't use them when you want
Kareem has
to.
nothing to do with this conversation that we talking
Yes,
about.
it
LeBron
does,
and
because
Jordan.
you're
He
using
does
MVPs. Yes,
not.
it
Is Kareem your
does.
GOAT? Is Kareem your GOAT? Yes or no?
MVPs don't make it a GOAT, so Kareem can't be the
Is
GOAT.
Kareem your GOAT?
MVPs
Yes
don't
or
make you
no?
better.
I can holler too. Is Kareem your GOAT?
Steve
Yes
Nash
or
better
no?
than Kobe? Is Steve Nash better than Kobe?
Damn. That's all I gotta say is Kareem your GOAT. If
Is
Kareem
Steve
not your
Nash
GOAT, why
better
you
than
bringing him
Kobe?
up?
Is Steve Nash
My
better than
goodness,
Kobe?
that's ridiculous.
No.
Come on, bro.
If Steve Nash is not better than Kobe, MVPs do not make you a better player in your mindset.
Look at Shea. Shea getting ready to win one. What are we gonna say about Shea if he wins another one? They just put him up there with MJ, James Harden. I just read a article with Shea Alexander. So he get one. Now he better than Michael, and he better than Harden. because he got an
No,
MVP.
well, if he
He
gets
better than
two,
Reggie Miller.
he's better than Kobe. If he gets 2 MVPs, he's better than Shaq.
So y'all the one talking
No,
about
MVP do
MVP,
not make
but
you
you gotta
better.
understand
I'm
something.
gonna
Y'all talking to
be.
me
Oh
about
wait, I'm
MVPs. Hey,
going.
Johnny the
I
one
am.
brought Kareem up.
I am going to reiterate myself very
Hey,
simply
Johnny
and
brought
very.
Kareem up.
I
I
am
didn't.
going to
Hey, Johnny brought
reiterate
Kareem up,
ourselves.
not me.
I am going to reiterate myself very simple and plain. The things that we use to make LeBron the GOAT makes him better than Jordan, Kareem, anybody. It is not.
That's a lie to me,
And
but
you can't.
whatever.
How is that? He's a better 3-pointer than Michael Jordan. All around player better than Michael Jordan. We ain't talking
Again,
about
you
MVP.
guys are not going to cut me off. I'm speaking. I can defend myself and I can defend our channel. Again, the things that we are using to say that LeBron is the GOAT of basketball is used across the board. We do not tailor-made the GOAT debate for a particular player. It's not set to go up against Jordan. It's not set up to go up against Kareem. It's not. No, it's set up on things that we can measure. Stats, accolades, and achievements. Your resume, what you produced on the basketball court, that's what we use. You are the ones who are moving the goalposts. Because again, if you're going to say, because Jordan has more MVPs, more all defensive selections than LeBron James, that makes him better than LeBron James, then you have to use those same things when you use someone else against Jordan, like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All you're doing is moving the goalposts when it's time to actually go up against Kareem. Because you can use 5 MVPs against LeBron. You can use 9 all-defensive selections versus LeBron, but you cannot use it across the board. We can use 50,000 across the board. We can use 40, 11, and 11 across the board. We can use 20 all-NBA selections across the board. We can use having 3 finals MVPs on 3 teams across the board. We can use the most versatile player in NBA history across the board. We can use the greatest defender because he can guard 1 through 5 across the board. We are not the ones who are moving goalposts.
Y'all having this
Can I talk
same
without you
ass
screaming and
argument,
saying?
man.
None of those guys
Y'all can't talk
go.
because once I'm done, I let y'all speak. But
Y'all having
as
the
soon as I
same
start
ass
dropping,
argument.
this is what happens with y'all. And I know this. You can't let me speak, because what happens when you speak? A mirror's put in your face, and now you have to pop that zit. So whoever wants to pop their zit, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Why y'all having this damn argument, man? Why y'all doing this?
I don't know, Herm. You tell us, Herm. You're the best at making arguments, Herm. Let us know why they want to have this argument with me today. They keep getting exposed. I don't know why. Brandon got exposed today, and I don't know why everybody keeps getting exposed. All I want to do is talk basketball.
I don't think Brandon. You know,
You definitely got
missed the
exposed
band,
by
but
yourself.
I doubt Brandon got cooked though.
Hey, salute, Herm.
I doubt Brandon got cooked. You know, I'm gonna have to go back and listen, but I doubt my boy Brandon got cooked.
See, look, I told you another.
I mean,
everybody's on your
okay,
side,
Herm.
Brandon.
He said that
Herm's
the
your
Lakers
boy.
played good
Herm's my boy.
defense. The
I
Lakers
didn't say they
played good
played good
defense
defense. I
last
did not say they
game.
played
We're
good
giving up
defense.
146 points to
I did not
81 in
say
the first half. And I say they didn't play good. They played lazy, and he's upset at it.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't say that.
Hey, Brandon, why you think I've been telling them the whole time? Just take one game at a time. Bro. You're not gonna get a real true assertion of how good they're gonna be till around close to playoff time. At the day, you gotta be fair with the team. Like if you guys who play ball before, bro, it's very important when you be able to set up game plans when you go to the game. When Luka first came over there, the coaches of opposing teams didn't have time to set up a game plan for the Lakers. They didn't have time to have defensive schemes and offensive schemes and how they would exploit the weaknesses of the Lakers roster, of their lineup. So now you get the hint of they got quite a few games under their belt. They kind of seeing where the Lakers are trending at. And a guy like Billy Donovan, which he came from the college ranks, he's gonna come prepared and come with schemes because that's all they did in college. You know what I'm saying? Be very, very prepared and detailed. And the Bulls exploited the Lakers on both ends. And they took advantages that I know Brandon highlighted. I know Craig talked about it. Travis talked about it, and myself have talked about for the weaknesses that the Lakers have and how teams eventually, once there's enough film, will exploit those weaknesses. So That's why I'm saying I'm not gonna overreact on either side of the coin. But take one damn game at a time. We don't have to go overboard because they got their ass kicked, and we ain't gotta go overboard about when they win. And I think both sides been premature. That's why I said take one game at a time. You'll see what you need to see in April. You'll have a great idea of what it's gonna trend to in April. I gave you an example, Johnny. What happened to the stripper nation when they was telling me we had the best record in December and January. We the best team in the NBA. We hitting on all cylinders. I said, y'all, and I told them, y'all trended too early. Cause teams would be able to understand what you guys are doing. And once they make the adjustments to what you guys are doing, because you guys going all out right now, it's gonna be easy to game plan, and you see how the Clippers got exposed by a Dallas Mavericks team. So same thing. Just take one game at a time, and we go actually see can JJ Redick coach, because if he doesn't make any changes, if he doesn't change up their offensive flow or their defensive schemes as well, they will get exploited with ease, and they probably will have an early exit. So that's gonna be interesting to see if JJ Redick can pull that off in a short amount of time. Typically, you can't pull that off in 30, 40 games and expect your team to be able to adjust offensively and defensively that fast. So if he able to pull that off, that would be great coaching. But I doubt it though, and the personnel really just not top notch, honestly. So I don't see it. But if he pulls it off, you'll have to give JJ Redick and the coaching staff credit. So I mean, just chill, one game at a time, y'all. We'll see what the hell they gonna do around April, May, and June. We'll know what's up with them motherfuckers one way or the other. I think it's an early exit, but that's just my prediction. Yeah, you muted, John.
Parade on Crenshaw. Chicago can't do this for 4 games. Parade on
Oh
Crenshaw.
shit, the Bulls name gonna get out the play here, man.
Yeah, I know.
But one thing I know though, Billy Donovan is a good coach, and he does know how to
definitely.
scheme.
Definitely he is, of course. That was my main thing. That he schemed his way into a win. That's a good job by him. Here you go. So again, look, I keep telling y'all, this is what I deal with. See, they attack me. They hate Johnny. He said, you can use career stats. By comparison, is Karl Malone better than KD? Didn't I say stats, accolades, and achievements? I know that's what I said. And for your understanding, Karl Malone is 15th on my list, and KD is going to be 14th. And by the time KD retires, he's going to be top 10. And Karl Malone won't be past 15th for me. So yes, KD is better than Karl Malone because his stats, accolades, and achievements make him better.
Yeah.
That's just facts.
I agree with that.
That's just facts.
I think KD is more skilled, but I don't think that he's actually better than Karl Malone though.
He has a better career.
If you kind of put Karl Malone, well, he tried it, but he was too damn old when he tried it. But you put him in a great situation like KD had at Golden State, possibly. No telling what Karl Malone would have done in his career for, because that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? They both won MVP. Karl Malone got more MVPs. I mean, Karl Malone is third all time on the scoring list. They both made all NBAs, all that. But the difference is KD got the hardware for us winning championships and finals. Outside of that, and he's more efficient. Outside of those things, really, but can you say he's better than Karl Malone? And so I don't know. I think it's very close. You could go either or, but I think Karl Malone and KD comparison is very close. But I think the main separator really the range aspect of it. I think Karl Malone had just as great his career as Kevin Durant.
But the rings count. The rings count. We never discounted rings. I don't know why y'all trying to discount them now.
No, I'm just saying it's closer than what people think, though.
I said he's 14th. Karl Malone's 15th. They're basically right one behind one another right now. And that's why I said by the end of Kevin Durant's career, because Kevin Durant's going to play another 2-3 years. He's going to average 25 points for the next 2 or 3 years per game. He's going to get close to 30, 34, 33,000 points. I don't see why he's going to have all these crazy accolades, achievements. Everything's going to be on his resume. Everything. So I don't know why they, again, it's just another way to hold on to Zesty Jeffrey logic of the 1900s. How dare I put Kevin Durant above Karl Malone? They're retarded. They don't understand it. And neither one of these guys have Karl Malone as high as I got Karl Malone. I guarantee you. Guarantee no one, I don't know no one who has Karl Malone 15th all time.
I got Dr. J over both.
I got Dr. J 7th. Dr. J 7th on my list. But I don't know no Zesty Jeffrey that got Karl Malone 15th on their list. Not one.
I don't.
He's between 15 and 20 for sure. He's between 15 and 20 for sure.
I got him 15th. And like you said, if he had a championship, he would be higher. He would easily be top 10.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's missing from his resume is his championship. That's the only thing missing.
Yeah, if he had that, honestly, you'll have to put him over Tim Duncan, man. Honestly, just to be real.
He'd be up there. I don't know if he would be better than Tim Duncan.
Put over Hakeem, not Tim Duncan.
Yeah, he'd definitely be up there though. He would definitely be. I would have him higher than Jerry West, Oscar Robinson, Shaq.
I think his stats speak for
Akeem. Those are the guys that I have in front of him.
Hey, Brady, you gotta remember, despite of Tim Duncan's success early on, they still didn't give him the crown of the best power forward until about 2005 because people was like Karl Malone was just that great though. So
He was.
Karl Malone was a great player.
Put Tim Duncan over Karl Malone until that 2005 championship. That nigga to get 3 rings just to be considered better than Karl Malone. That's how great Karl Malone was. So.
Karl Malone was super great. Karl Malone was super great.
Yeah, he was a great player, Karl Malone. And his stats speak for themselves. The honors, awards, the championships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, KD got, his championships because he went
He
to
was
Golden
ahead
State,
of his time, though. Karl Malone was ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? So he was a hybrid. Nobody really could match him at that time. But
if I'm correct, I got John Stockton top 25. He's like 24.
25. Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah, he's like 24 for 25th. Somewhere around there. I think.
That pick and roll was deadly, man.
Oh no, wait, I'll give you guys my top 20, and I think I actually have my top 30 for here.
And he had that little midi, too.
Nah, but Jerry Sloan just knew how to take advantage of their illegal defense. Niggas understand their illegal defense. They couldn't really defend the pick and
Pick
roll.
apart the defense, right.
Oh, they were good at that. No, they were good at that. I know I got it here.
And they had shooters around them, too. Hornacek, Morris.
Russell could not.
No, they had Dantley.
Oh yeah, they was just loaded,
Yeah, they had Dantley. So my top 15 is Bron, Wilt, Kareem, Russell, MJ, Duncan, Dr. J, Kobe, Magic, Bird. Then outside of the top 10 is Akeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, Jerry West. Then it's Karl Malone. My bad, I got Karl Malone 14th.
Where you got Kareem? Where's Kareem at?
Kareem is 3rd.
Okay, Kareem is 3rd. Okay, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Then it's Oscar Robinson. Then I got Bob Pettit, Scottie Pippen, John Havlicek, Moses Malone, David Robinson. Then outside of that, if I'm correct, that's when I have like Dirk Nowitzki, KG, Chris Paul, John Stockton, and I believe Charles Barkley.
That's an old list because Steph not in there. That's an old list. Steph not in there.
No. Remember I told you Steph is 27th on my list.
Yeah.
I mean, Steph is too low. He should be in the top 10, right? Isn't Steph top 10?
Yeah, he should be
higher than that. No, he's not. Not for me.
Steph is 27.
The three players that I believe will make the top 10 at the end of their careers that are playing right now is Giannis, KD, and Joker.
So you don't have Steph in your top 15? So would Steph be top 15?
Yeah, I think Steph is gonna crack top 15. I'm not gonna lie, Brandon. I think he's
Curry.
Yeah. But as a matter of fact, this is before last year. This ranking I'm doing right now is really before last year because that's when we really did all the GOAT James Kingdom stuff. So what Stephen Curry did last year, because he made another All NBA team and an All Star team. He made another All Star team this year. So after this year, I can see Stephen Curry probably cracking my top 20 with adding all the stuff that he's been doing. He's getting closer to 25,000 points. He has more assists, more steals, more playoff stuff. Again, that's why I hate ranking those guys because every year it can change. Like I said, it just that's why I don't have KD in my top 15 yet. I'm just waiting for him to finish.
What did he say in the comment? Where's Jason Tatum? Somebody said, "Where's Jason Tatum?"
He said, "Where's Jason Tatum?"
He must be 25.
But I know, Brandon, you got Stephen Curry in your top 10 after the Olympics, right?
He's almost there. He's almost there. I'm thinking about putting him in there because what that boy did with his career, adding everything up, it's hard to think of 10 players that's better than him, but those 10 players ahead of him is kind of hard to put him in there.
Yeah, I think his career is getting better. You know.
Well, hey Johnny, what AI had on your list?
Al Iverson.
Somewhere in the 30s and 40s, somewhere like 40 something, 40s.
AI over Chris Paul.
That's crazy.
Nah,
Right.
Chris Paul's top 25 for
Yeah,
sure.
yes. Steph should be top, close to top 5 if they did rob him of 2 Finals MVP.
No, if his career's not over yet, I'm just waiting for Steph to be over with. To be honest with you, once Steph, like I said, you know what I'm saying, finish his career, he's going to have over 25,000 points. All these type of things are better. When I was measuring him doing this, he had like 21,000, 22,000 points. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just adding more to his resume. He started late, too. He started late. Now, I don't add that into the ranking because that would be subjective. Because now I'm basically giving somebody bonuses for hitting threes compared to someone like Kareem who didn't have to hit threes or Karl Malone who didn't have to do threes. I don't care how you score. I just need to know what you scored.
So you ain't giving them no credit for the four.
No. Again, a part of the achievements is your record. So yeah, him holding that record, yeah, that counts. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I count him holding. Yeah, that counts. They gotta count. That's a part of the achievements part, which, as I stated before, is hard to grade records. Like, again, how we talked about it last week, right? How valuable is the 4,000 three-pointer record compared to the 10 scoring titles record, right? Or the 40,000 points record, or the 3,200 steals that John Stockton has. Like, how do we measure? Yeah, how do we measure which record is better, right? The 3 straight MVPs that Bird and them have. How do we measure how great that is compared to? You understand what I'm trying to say? Michael Jordan's 6 Finals MVPs. That's the hard part about records. But I do recognize you for holding those records, and the more records you do hold, the higher I value you. So yeah, man. that helps Stephen. That's what I'm saying. That's another thing that helps Stephen Curry on my list. The fact that he has a record now that we can say he has it in the playoffs and he has it in the regular season. That's a record that's going to stand for some time now. So that goes a part of your resume. Yeah, I definitely count records.
So you're trying to say you judge your players on stuff the other players didn't do? Is what you're saying?
No, I compare it to what the greatness of other players. So I measure everybody to the greatness of greatness. So obviously, the record in three-point shooting is a great accomplishment, but so is 6 Finals MVPs. I'm measuring towards that.
You're the greatest at something. You're the greatest, like, if you're the greatest at something, yeah. You're the greatest scorer. That holds a lot of weight. If you're the greatest assister, that holds a lot of weight.
Yeah, it does. It holds a lot of weight. That's why Stockton is up there high. Again, a lot of these guys are going to be high and holding records, achievements, and accomplishments. They're going to be up there. Because again, your stats should show in your accolades and achievements. Basically, all these guys who have all these accolades is because they put up numbers. Their stats say why they are all NBA, all defensive, why you're the scoring title winner, why you know what I'm saying, why you have 4,000 three-pointers. Like, all of this is a part of your greatness. So we have to include all of that, bro. We have to include all that. That's what I say. We never move the goalpost here. We never move the goalpost.
So you saying Kevin Durant will be what, top 15? No, top 10 or whatever you say you're gonna have him at the end of his career. And my thing is, what records does he have?
What records does he have? No, he doesn't have. He doesn't really have any records. So I can't really say he has any records. But I got guys. I got guys in my top 10 that don't have any records.
Larry Bird.
But no, Larry Bird has the 3 finals. The 3 MVPs in a row. That's a record. I mean, Dr. J don't have no records. I got Dr. J top 10. Tim Duncan. Well, yeah, Tim Duncan has the most blocks, playoff blocks.
I mean, but
Kobe's in my top. Kobe's in my top 10. He holds no records.
He ain't the only one to do that though. Larry Bird ain't the only one to have 3 straight league MVPs.
No, I know,
Bill
but
Russell got 3 straight too.
And Bill Russell's number 4. Bill Russell's number 4 on my list. Will Chamberlain's number 2 on my list. So all the guys, those guys there. But again, it's an accomplishment of all those things. But again, but those are the records. When I say achievements, I count your records. So someone like Wilt Chamberlain and LeBron and Jordan, they have a lot more records than a Kobe and a Larry Bird or a Magic Johnson. But you could have a lot of records like John Stockton and Hakeem Olajuwon, but you still don't have the overall resume as well. Your stats are not as great or your achievements are not as great. There's some things you're missing. Like, I think Akeem Olajuwon has like 29,000 points, but if he had 33,000 points like Kobe, he could probably be ahead of Kobe.
That's why LeBron's the overwhelming GOAT, because what he's done is greater than anybody in NBA history.
He accomplished way much more than anybody else. And that's another thing too. I think Kevin Durant's going to be third all-time scorer, and by the time he finishes his career, I think he's going to pass Kobe. No, yeah. So that'll make him.
Kobe and Karl Malone. Well, he's definitely going to pass Jordan.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get 36. 36 would be hard to get. That's what Karl Malone has. That's going to be hard. But I do see him passing Kobe and Mike, so that would make him fourth all-time scorer all time. Yeah, man. Again, we use stats, accolades, and achievements. That's what we do around here. That's what we always do. And the only eye test is the achievements, because like I said, it's hard to measure the achievements. There, you got me on that one. I'm never going to debate with anybody, argue with anybody, because I really haven't found a way to really make that measurement work. I've been trying to, but it's hard, bro. There's so many great records and so many great achievements that guys did that it's hard to say which one's better than the next. They're just so great. And we've done shows on it. We try to measure out who had better records between LeBron and Jordan, and it was hard. It was like 50-50 through the whole show, depending on who was talking. So, yeah, everybody done bounced. Everybody done left, Brandon. I done ran everybody away. See what happens when I start cooking? Everybody eats and goes home on a full stomach. Thank you, Johnny.
You was cooking besides that Lakers tape. Other than that,
no, but I'm sitting here listening like yo, because I'm torn between the discourse, because you know what I'm saying. Every time we get to a good topic, you know what I'm saying. Like it's sad when we gotta have a debate over who's a better basketball player between Paul George and Reggie Miller, just because Reggie Miller played in the Michael Jordan era.
No, because Reggie Miller got playoff moments. That's what they remember. That's what they remember. They remember Reggie hitting clutch shot after clutch shot and being there, and those. That's what they remember. They don't remember that for Paul George. They don't remember Paul George dunking on the Heat. They don't remember Paul George hitting a game-winning shot, and LeBron is the reason why they didn't win that game, because LeBron hit another remarkable shot to win that game. Like, they don't remember that. Like, again, the guy on Brandon Katz was trying to say how the Pacers were a better team because they made the Bulls go 7. And he says that Paul George would never make the Bulls go 7. That's how they measure it.
He definitely made the Heat go 7.
Exactly. He made the Heat go 7. Exactly. So what are we talking about? So you understand what I'm saying? And like I tell these guys all the time, it's hard to measure teams across the board unless we go off of what they achieved. And at the end of the day, the 2014 Pacers were better than the 98 Pacers. They just were.
Yeah, they won 62. They won 62 games. They had a slump after the All-Star break. They lost a lot of games. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's even moments like that. Like, how you compare? I don't think the Pacers ever won 60 games on Reggie Miller's watch, or was ever the best team in the NBA. I think didn't they have the best record in the NBA that season?
No, not in 98. Not against the Bulls.
No, I'm talking about the 2014 Pacers.
I think they had the best record in the East that year. If you're correct, I think they did have the best record in the East.
I think they was like 62 or 20.
All right, let me go there. You said 2014, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2014, the Pacers were 56 and 26.
2014.
They had 2014. They were 56 and 26. The year before that, they won like 49 games. They were better in 2014 than they were in 2016. 2013.
Why am I thinking they won 60 games?
Nah, they didn't win 60 games.
Because
they had a better defensive rating than the New York Knicks of 93. And he was trying to say that this team was better, that the 93 Knicks was better than this team. And like I said, in this year, 2014, Paul George averaged 22 points per game, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 2 steals, shooting 36% from three-point land, 42% from the field, and he shot 86% from the free throw line. So he had a 42, 36, 86 splits, and he was just better than Reggie Miller across the board.
But this is what he was trying to argue. Like, this is the reason. This is the reason why they argue. How are you going to argue that Reggie Miller is a better player than Paul George, when all we know Reggie Miller for is hitting big shots and being a shooter? We know Paul George for, like I said, 360 windmills, being able to create his own shot on top of being able to hit the 3 ball.
Taco being an all defensive player, a two-way player.
Being a two-way player.
Athletes we ever seen. You know
And one of the best two-way players in the league at the time. How many two-way players are as good as Paul George in the early 2010s, mid 2010s?
Yeah, even up to his years with his first couple years with the Clippers, up to like 2021. He's been a two-way player.
He changed the whole dynamics for them because you remember their team was built around like Danny Granger. You remember that they were building teams around those guys, and they had just got rid of Jermaine O'Neal and all this other stuff, and they were trying to use Granger, and out of nowhere Paul George showed up, and Paul George was balling. Now again, for me, that's out of nowhere because I didn't really watch college back then, but I know Paul George was a high draft pick as well too, wasn't he? What draft pick was he?
I think he was the.
He was around the 14 pick, something like that.
He might have been 13.
He was the 10th pick, first round 10th pick. Yeah, lottery pick. He was the 10th pick for the Pacers in 2010. Yeah, so by 2014, he was the man. He was definitely balling.
Yeah.
And he didn't play 2015 because he got hurt in the Olympics, so he didn't play the 2016 season. So 2015 season. Then he came back and was better. He played better after he got hurt.
Yeah. Look at it. He was in the Eastern Conference Finals after his fourth season, and then the season after that, went to the Clippers. The season after the bubble, Western Conference Finals. Kawhi got hurt.
Yeah, and he balled in that playoff. He averaged 20. He averaged 27, 9.5, and 5.5 assists per game. Shooting 44% from the field, 33 from the 3-point line. This is his playoff numbers. Reggie Miller never played this good in the playoffs. Reggie Miller's best playoffs was in 1993, and Reggie Miller averaged 31 points per game in a gentleman's sweep. He lost 3-1. He lost 3-1 and averaged 31 points. That's the bet. Then the series before that, he got swept, averaging 27 points per game. Reggie Miller was, again, in 2001, he averaged 31 points per game in a sweep. So it looks like when Reggie's balling, his team don't win. And that's why they like Reggie. Yeah. They crazy, man. They're crazy, man. So we gonna get up out of here, man, because we see a few of y'all in the comments, man. Again, obviously, y'all don't like me. That's fine. Y'all don't have to like me. Brandon likes me. Because after this show, Brandon and I are going to call one another and laugh about our conversation. Because Brandon and I talk the game of basketball. But not today. Brandon wasn't talking basketball today. Brandon was talking laziness.
I talk coaching basketball, just like JJ. Me and JJ was on the same page. Me and JJ was on the same page. You was on something else. You was on something else.
He got a straight direct contact to JJ Redick, and JJ Redick told Brandon that the team was lackadaisical.
We had the report. They played bad defense, the worst defense he's seen all year.
Yeah, they got to tighten that up.
Good thing they won't be playing this type of defense all year round. Okay, they're gonna actually be better. All right. So look, there go your boy Brandon. There go your boy Willie. Look, this is why he likes going to Vision lives, because they actually sound better when they're talking to Vision in them. And then when LeBron fans show up and cook them, they act like it never happened. Like it never happened. Like Vision
Vision showed up here once and never again, right?
Yes, because he got exposed.
Yeah, he showed up once and he's like, I'm done with this.
Still to this day, all the people who talk crap about Vision, the first thing they go do is tell everybody to go to GOAT James Kingdom and watch Vision get exposed by the exposer. Again, all that's recorded. I'm waiting to see what footage this man says, because I follow Vision on TikTok. I've never seen him post anything about GOAT James Kingdom on his channel, because he knows better. He knows what happens. Again, he needs help. Vision needs help, but I don't need help in GOAT James Kingdom. All I need is my partner, B. Lee, because we are the Clutch Sports Hitmen. As long as I got Brandon Sunday afternoons, guess what? We prove LeBron's the GOAT every Sunday. And today's show, we proved it again, because y'all are busy worrying about the Lakers instead of trying to figure out how Michael Jordan's the GOAT, which we all know there's no reason to make Michael Jordan the GOAT. Even when I gave y'all something on Friday Night Exposure, if y'all got a chance, again, check me out on a Friday Night Exposure. If you really want to debate, that's what Friday Night Exposure is for. I give an open panel. I let people speak. It's not my fault. You can't debate me. But if you really want to debate, then you can just show up on Saturday nights on the Radar Show, right here on GOAT James Kingdom. Again, follow the Radar podcast on YouTube, as you'll have access to all of the content there as well. Definitely check out the membership for the Radar as well, because they are also a monetized channel over there on the Radar. But that's what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. We do big things here. So check out our GOAT James Kingdom membership. become a member of the channel. Juan Boy, you cannot upgrade your membership on the phone. You do have to go to a laptop. All you got to do is go to a laptop, and when you go to the laptop, you just hit upgrade. You don't have to cancel the membership to restart it. Just find a laptop, brother. Find a desktop, and you could do it that way. But again, if you are a GOAT James Kingdom member, you want to upgrade, that's how you upgrade. You go to the YouTube channel on a desktop computer or laptop, and once you go to our channel, the homepage, it'll say upgrade if you're already a member. And you can upgrade to the Castle Knights of GJK or the King Guards of GJK. And starting from today, if you are a King Guards member, you are going to be allowed to be a part of every Sunday show. We will send you the link before noon Eastern, and you will actually know the topic before noon Eastern, and you'll be able to join the panel alongside Brandon and I, Craig, Travis, and John as a GOAT James Kingdom member. But it's only available to the guys who are King Guards members of GJK. So that is a new perk that we are adding to the GOAT James Kingdom membership. Also, Brandon and I are going to be doing playback TV. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Like I told you guys, we were doing playback just last night. So we're going to be breaking down the game, watching film, so that you guys can understand the game of basketball better, because that's what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. And when we can't do it on playback, we do it right here on the StreamYard lobby, where we have a special GOAT James Kingdom members watch party, and we watch the game and have fun here. So again, becoming a GOAT James Kingdom member is obviously an advantage to you as a basketball fan, and also helps Brandon and I continue to grow the content. We also get together for the GOAT James Kingdom members gala, where they get to make fun of me even more in private chats. But like we always told y'all, ladies and gentlemen, this is the GOAT James Kingdom show. Brandon and I appreciate everything that you guys do. Thank you for joining us again on another Sunday afternoon. Again, don't be afraid to watch us on Playback TV.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. Here in GOAT James Kingdom, we not only talk the game of basketball, we actually watch it. And by becoming a member of GOAT James Kingdom, you'll have access to watch the games with us right here on Playback TV/GOAT James Kingdom. All GOAT James Kingdom members will have access to watch the games with us, especially when the Los Angeles Lakers face anyone in the NBA. Also, we'll be going live with other games and other streams regarding the basketball. If you like the content here in GOAT James Kingdom, please hit that like button, comment, become a subscriber to the channel, and also don't forget to become a member of GOAT James Kingdom.
If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. You get to enjoy BB and A Johnny talk basketball every Sunday noon Eastern time right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Support by subscribing, and also check out the membership at GOAT James Kingdom.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
You got knocked the fuck out, bitch! Yeah!